Sonny.
That's Nick and Sonny's Harass Away. So you don't have to think about what you say before you say what you think.
To order Nick and Sonny's Harass Away, simply dial 1-800-NICE.
That's 1-800-YOU-ARE-PRETTY.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
I recently got married, and
Attaboy.
yeah, and my wife changed her name. I know some women have a problem with that, but I wanted her to have my old girlfriend's name.
She must really love you.
Call me old-fashioned, but
Hell, you got the tattoo. Why not?
my wife actually got pregnant on our wedding night.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, not by me. Crazy night. But either way, I'm getting a brother. So. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I don't think her parents like me, though, because apparently when you meet someone's mother, you're not supposed to hug her and go, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the sign said anybody caught trespassing will be shot on sight.
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
How about ya? Beer run starts the weekend. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Hello, 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 hello.
Bob and Tom.
Hello, Josh.
Chick.
Hello, Pat Godwin.
Hello, Chick.
Hello, Ace Cosby.
Chick.
Hello, Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
Hello, Christy Lee.
Hi, chick.
And there's Tom Griswold.
I'm taking attendance. Everybody's here.
As I live and breathe. Hello, Tom.
Good to see you, sir.
Right back at
A
you.
little beer run this morning. How about that?
How about that?
Beautiful summer weekend.
Check local listings.
Well, there are a couple spots, maybe a little.
Blisters
wet?
in the
A little hot?
blisters in the circle. Arctic circle is what we call it. Bob and Tom.
Well, we got a lot of email to go through.
Oh, yeah? What's happening?
Well, we've been asking you to tell us maybe things your grandma told you, or if grandpa, maybe mom or dad, phrases they would use. We've gotten more than a couple thousand of these, just passed along through the generations. Here's one that involves excessive flatulence.
Okay.
Of suspect consistency.
Oh, no.
Jared writes, his dad would always say, that's going to itch when it dries.
Ew.
Thank you. From
More of a fact than a...
Wausau, Wisconsin. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm not judging these. These are just.
That's going to itch when it dries.
I'd always heard better out than in as long as it don't make gravy.
That's
great. Again, short of a shart like.
Yeah, a shart reference there.
The thing. Sure. And by the way, we did have sharts in the news yesterday.
Yep.
Shark Week. Is it coming up this week? Next week?
It is this week.
It is. It's happening.
It's currently,
right now. Yeah, there was a thing in Shark Week in which a bunch of divers were...
Shark Week. I think you just said
Gotta
Shark
hit the
Week.
K there. Shark Week.
Yeah, Shark Week.
No, they're calling it Punado because they got hit
Yeah.
with some Punade.
They have some video of a shark just right in the face of a diver.
Well, that's what they get. They're in the in the shark's house.
Yeah. And it could have been a lot worse. They could have been
Eaten
by the shark.
Weren't they making lemonade out of lemons anyway? They were like, oh, well, we'll study the crap.
Yeah, they wanted. Yeah, they were trying to
Looking
collect
for
it.
the DNA anyway.
Right.
So, back to these great phrases. Margaret writes, my father-in-law has been a logger all his life.
Wow.
It's dangerous work.
It is.
He would say, I'm so hungry my stomach thinks my throat's been cut.
I've heard that one.
Wow.
I've never heard this one. Let's see. If I had that guy's boat and he had a feather, we'd both be tickled.
Huh.
Well,
that's just folksy down home.
It sure is.
Yeah, that's what these.
My mom would say tickled pink all the time.
Yeah, mine too. This is from Cody, and he writes, "Yikes! This is from Grandpa." He goes, "Some of these may be a little hard to air." The best part of you ran down the crack of your mama's ass.
Oh, yeah.
Well. Made a stain on the mattress.
Wow.
That's from Full Metal Jacket. That's in there.
Yikes. Yeah. He said his dad was in the military. That's like trying to nail Jell-O to a tree.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, you can't do that, can you?
No.
But that's about as helpful as a trapdoor in a canoe. Very much. This guy, Becky, writes, "My dad was a tech junkie. Anytime he'd find something cool, he'd say that's slicker than deer guts on a doorknob."
Yeah, a lot of doorknobs involved in these.
Yeah, we had a big doorknob one yesterday. Here's one from Grandma. "You're short on ears and long on mouth." My father, writes Danny, would, regarding my baseball abilities, say, "You couldn't hit water if you fell out of a boat." Apparently not.
That's just an insult, I think.
Well, he's certainly not.
Batting not his strength.
Just
complimenting.
Thanks, Dad. And
it hurts because you don't want to remember those moments of your dad being mean to you and have it be so poetic that you have to remember it.
Willie, you're ruining Christmas.
I know, it's one of those things, but that's just simple and easy. This is, there's metaphor and simile involved.
Yeah. How about going to college down south where a lot of folks are wearing cowboy hats?
Sure.
How about this one? "You're all hat and no cattle."
I like that.
Meaning you really
Poser.
A lot of guys like that.
You're really not a
A lot of guys in comedy like that.
really not a cowboy.
You're tired of Muncher Pat.
Yeah. How's it going back there, Pat?
Good.
Okay. We'll get some songs out of you.
Another new shirt today.
Yeah.
Wow, she's really taking care of you. I like it.
Boy, I'm going to hint about shoes next.
Yeah.
You're Patty Bahama right now. What kind of shoes go with those shirts? Like Sperry Topsiders? Or?
Oh,
I
yes.
don't know. Maybe a closed-toe sandal?
Oh.
What was this? Is this a series of late birthday presents? What are all these?
No, I did the taping down in Florida, so I wanted to look good, so we picked a bunch of shirts.
Very nice.
That's sweet. Did she come down to see the show?
She did, yeah. She flew down. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's very
Yeah, right?
Jimmy and I were there for a week, and she came for the weekend.
Okay, well, great. I know. When is this show going to be available?
Not until January, yeah.
Okay.
Open bar comedy, it's called.
Okay.
It's a racier version of dry bar.
All right, cool. Anything coming up in sports? Any teasers?
Washington Commanders owner, for the time being, Dan Snyder, testified in front of Congress yesterday. There's a interesting twist to that. We'll tell you what's going on. That clause in Kyler Murray's contract has been removed.
The sanity clause?
Not the sanity clause.
This one where he had to watch his game films or
but
something?
I think the barn door has been closed now that the horses got away. This has really been topic of discussion all week about how they couldn't trust the guy they were giving $1 billion to. They had to put a clause in to make him study all week.
And that's gone. Wow.
That clause is gone, but the damage has been done. And DK Metcalf has signed an extension, and we'll have a stupid world record also.
Okay. Coming up, is it pronounced the Hadron Collider? You know, that thing, that science...
I feel like I've heard hydron, but I don't want to say that for sure.
Particle?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
The particle accelerator in Europe. It's in the news today for something controversial.
Everything's all right?
Yeah.
Okay. They haven't opened up some sort of...
Well, that's actually...
Stranger Things like Rip and the...
that's actually what the news is. Did you read the story?
No. Wow.
Well, you'll see. Then.
Yeah.
So like tomorrow's not tomorrow, it's last week? Is that what's happening? Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's only a matter of time. For
last week was busy for me. That means tomorrow's busy for me?
Yeah, I think it might be.
I thought it was the Hadron.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's Tippi Hedren, the actress.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, this is H.A.
Yeah.
She's somebody's mom, right?
We have an unusual Pink Floyd
Melanie
story.
Griffiths, right?
An unusual Pink Floyd story coming up in the news. And kind of a story sort of related to the great movie Hoosiers. A little bit of a stretch to bring the movie in, but certainly worth it when you hear this.
And we'll have a reason for Chick to do one of my favorite impressions, Larry Flint.
Oh, no kidding. All right. He's passed away, though. I mean, what?
Well, he's still making news.
Did he reach from beyond the grave? From hell's heart?
Some men never die, Jim.
Yeah, that's true.
Larry's one of them.
The publisher of Hustler. And speaking of the dead, a very controversial and unusual gravestone.
Okay.
Big and inappropriate. That's all coming up right now. Let's do the survey. Chick McGee, your sleep number setting is
100.
That is a firm mattress, my
It
friend. Christy Lee?
45.
And that's much, much softer, but you guys could be in the same bed. And because of the sleep number bed, you set the mattress, the firmness at the touch of a button. And
Dial it up. Dial it up, Tom.
Either side can be whatever you want. The longer days of summer are here. Challenging sometimes to get the 7 to 9 hours of sleep that experts recommend. So having the great bed is certainly part of it. How about this? A Sleep Number has something now called temperature balancing bedding. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, and it's like that nice cool.
Yes.
Oh, that's going to be good. Here's the thing. Sleep Number has their best offer ever on the famous Sleep Number 360 C4 Smart Bed. You can save $500 right now. The queen version of that bed going for just $12.99. That's Sleep Number's lowest price ever. So every night you got to know one thing, that your day the next day starts the night before with a great night of sleep. Choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number. Once again, this is the lowest price ever on the famous Sleep Number 360 C4 Smart Bed. Find one by going to sleepnumber.com/BT show to find your nearest Sleep Number store. I love my Sleep Number bed. Also coming up, of course, people are excited about that lottery. Many states are participating in that.
What's so funny is the big highway signs that have how much money, the lotteries. You've seen those.
They don't have enough numbers.
It's 999 million. It doesn't go.
Wow. Well, we have a similar thing, except for it's a little bit less money, found in somebody's front yard. Ooh. We'll be finding out about that coming up later today. And we have emu attacking somebody. Not the comedian, but the bird. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Essential.
A rep and his family a day after a mistaken announcement was released saying he had died. No cause of death officially given, but Dow had been in hospice care after announcing in May he'd been diagnosed with prostate and bladder cancer. Tony Dow starred as Wally, brother to Beaver, played by Jerry Mathers. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello. Bonjour. The perfect gift has arrived for the single man. The new cologne from the makers of Clintorius and Bonaire. Oh, no. France's most noted fashion designer, yours truly, Mr. Béchon of Paris, has developed an exciting and stimulating new scent for men.
Honey, come on. You've been in the bathroom for half an hour. What are you doing in there?
Just enjoying my masturbation.
Mr. Béchon. Just slap a little on. Repeatedly.
Oh, God. Thanks, I needed that.
Is that Mr. Béchon?
Yeah, I think that's the sign.
Mr. Béchon.
Hey, Hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
I'm sick of being sick. I've been in my bed all week. I feel like dick. I'm sick of my TV. Now I'm hooked on all the soaps on ABC. I try to read a magazine or hear the radio or watch the Bad News Bears again on HBO. I'm sick of being home, 'cause you think of stupid things when you're alone. I'm sick of this old house, and today I might try on my wife's new blouse. I saw two women fight like cats on Jerry Springer's show because their mom was sleeping with their older brother Joe. I'm sick of feeling bad, but at least my older brother's not my dad. I'm sick of these four walls, and my arms are tired of playing with my dogs. I'm sick.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Henry Phillips, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Well, what else would you be doing with your time?
Comedian Jeff Brown has joined us in the studio. Jeff is a resident once again of the great city of Chicago.
Us in the Midwest.
Yeah.
We know what true cold is. I was so tired of LA. They're so vapid and shallow. Oh, Jesus, 56. Close the window. True cold is when your dog would rather take a kick in the ribs for taking a dump in the living room than going outside. That's when it's cold.
Yeah.
But my coldest day ever was in Chicago. It was with a wind chill 64 below zero.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm so glad they thought of the whole wind chill thing.
Yeah. It was cold. It was damn cold.
Oh, yeah. There's certain problems.
I pooped on the rug.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, that really brings it home for me.
Jeff Rothband is our guest. Jeff is a fine comedian.
I actually had to do that once.
What?
Be a pallbearer. And that,
Oh, my
that's
God.
heavy.
Yes,
that's a
it's
heavy job.
Yeah, I actually had to go to a funeral, and I was asked to be a pallbearer, and I always a pallbearer. Never the corpse.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi, Chick.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
Josh Arnold. How's it going?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Oh, not great. There's Ace Cosby.
You're honest.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Track phone hotline, hot phone.
Thanks a million, Chick.
Uh-oh.
There's Willie Griswold.
Thanks a million, Chick. What that mean?
I'm Chick McGee, and who knows what he's
When
talking
he hits
about.
and said he's going to give us all $1 million.
Right.
Yeah, that was yesterday, almost after the show is when I said it, but that's okay.
So are you withdrawing that much like the Kyler Murray contract?
No, I'm just trying to ignore Ace.
Okay.
I've tried to engage him, and that doesn't work, so I'm just going to ignore him. Hi, Tom. How are you,
Chick.
buddy?
I'm doing all right.
Good,
All right.
good.
Looking over some of these. We certainly appreciate the more than 2,000 emails we've received with things your dad or mom or grandma may have said.
Ma'am?
Ma'am.
Your
We've
mammy?
created a fervor, haven't we?
Ma'am, where's my Pop-Tart?
I need to explain something.
Uh-oh.
I'm talking to you, Jennifer, in Klamath Falls, Oregon. So many of these are great, but they're all filthy. Wow. And the funny thing is, these are from her mom. I can read a couple of them. This one's not dirty. This one's, her mom would say, went through it like a maggot and a dead chicken.
Oh.
folksy.
Yuck.
This next one involves a lot of F words and fish heads. This one involves multiple male members. And
would you say a bag of?
Yeah.
I love those. A bag of, a bucket of. Those are fun.
This one's got the S word and something about sliding in it. But apparently her mother, very folksy. We certainly appreciate that. How about this one? This comes to us from Travis in Charleston. He said, one day I talked back to my dad. He said, keep it up and I'll drop you on that stack of dimes you call a neck.
Wow.
Hostile and violent.
What a poetic threat.
Well, yeah, while we're doing that one, Greg writes, my mom would say to me, I'm going to knock you into next week.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
certainly a classic. This is a really good one I like. This is Doug from Illinois. Her ass is so big, I don't know which acre to look at. We've got a stack of these. We'll get to them coming up. The sort of old sayings that maybe mom or dad threw at you, or grandpa or grandma. They can be as old as the hills.
Or possibly the weird old guy down at the general store, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah, we're getting quite a few from the grizzled veteran at work.
Or the bartender that you hang out with all the time.
Yeah, the guy that you've seen. Anyway, it's Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. We would love to hear from you. Pat, what's going on in there?
Just having some fun, tuning up a little bit.
Really? You're having fun? Really?
Good time.
Yeah.
I'm making popcorn over here.
Really?
Good. It looks like you. Is that just naturally the way your mustache goes, or are you cultivating the pencil thin mustache?
Just haven't shaved down, zipped down in a while.
Must be the natural coloration.
So it's kind of dark. What Chick's pointing out is that it's sort of dark just above the lip, and then it gets kind of white going up.
That's how the aging process works, yes.
Well, it's very... well, smart ass. What I meant was...
Boy. Well, now there's two people Chick can't engage with this morning.
Who would have thought? Ace and Godwin. Jeez, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Chick.
The comedy duo of Ace and Godwin.
Well, I can't wait to see that. Backstage is going to be fun. Yeah.
Well,
all right.
Well, Pat, let's get a song on.
Yeah.
What would you like?
Stop having fun over there and let's have a song.
Well, we had an interesting story yesterday. We have these trucks going down occasionally. They're going down the road. Something goes wrong. And fortunately, nobody got hurt. This is the case of a truck full of pineapples. Mm-hmm. And there are pineapples all over the road. They had to close the road for a while. Well, we've had many of these stories over the years with all kinds of different things.
Wouldn't you think, with the time you get here in the morning, you could have just a real quick meeting with him and tell
Officials
him?
in Texas say a crashed 18-wheeler spilled nearly 40,000 pounds of pineapple.
It spilled them
on Interstate 45 in Montgomery County. The big rig experienced a tire blowout, started swaying, and then separated truck from trailer.
Oh.
That's when another truck hit the trailer, smashing the trailer open. Pineapples everywhere. No one seriously injured.
Yeah. The good news is, it's my understanding, those pineapples were on the way to be put on pizzas. So, as someone who doesn't... You like the pineapple pizza, do you, Christy?
I don't mind it. I think
it has its place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's in the trash.
Dumpster.
Yeah.
I've tried it with ham and pineapple. That's fine. I think Spam and pineapple sounds like a real good time to me.
Yeah, good combo.
Feel.
Yeah, well, Spam is a big thing in Hawaii.
Hey, God, when you put pineapple on your cottage cheese?
No, I do not. I hate cottage cheese.
Oh.
So do I. With you, Pat.
My family loves it. I've always hated it.
Me too.
Well, let's. You got a pineapple song?
Yeah, I do, yeah. On the road again. Poor trucker spilled something on the road again. This time it's pineapple, the coconut's best friend. The pina colada needs that juicy blend. A trucker lost his load again. Last week it was pigs that flew out of their pens. Now it's pineapples that sweeten up seamen. Now the men have bitter spunk again. On the road again, your Hawaiian pizza topping on the highway. 40,000 pounds of them, so there'll be no fruit cup or for lunch today. Who cares anyway? I hate pineapple. On the road again, some poor bastards getting towed again. Pineapples, turkeys, pigs, and all our furry friends are splattered all over the road again.
Kind of wedged in that part about
this,
the seed. Is that a true thing?
It's what they say.
I think it's fun to think the pineapple and coconut are friends.
I do too.
The rigid husks
Right.
get together.
Yeah.
We're not
They're out there
understood.
on that island in Hawaii by themselves,
Yes,
just hanging
yes.
out.
How are you, pineapple?
They don't have-
Okay, coconut.
I would watch a movie called Pineapple and Coconut Go to Alaska.
Yeah.
A real fish out of water story.
Oh, can Jack Black be the pineapple?
Yeah, well, yes.
Is this a
of
Pixar?
course.
Is it a Pixar thing, kind of?
It's a lesser animation studio.
How about a talking
Danny's
kangaroo? Put a talking kangaroo in it. That'd be
Why
great.
not?
Yeah.
Well, no, we had.
Why is he in Alaska also?
There, all kinds of questions.
You've got the pineapple over the road, right? The pineapples everywhere. We did have a story about the world record earlier this week. The most coconuts smashed with one hand in a minute. You remember the number?
No, but it was
a
impressive.
lot.
This guy's a karate dude. And he did 148 coconuts in 60 seconds using both hands one at a time.
I was going to say that it says in the record he only uses one hand, but that means one hand at a time.
The way it's
kind of
written.
misleading.
Yeah, I watched the video.
Was it on a conveyor belt? I mean, how did
He's just kind of moseying on down.
he just walks along the line? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's known as Hammer Hands. So I don't know what Hammer Hands does in his spare time, but he's a badass.
You think there's somebody out there who can drive a nail with their fist? I bet there is.
Yeah, I bet there is too.
Oh.
Wow.
Just wham.
And it's got very soft wood.
Well, sure. Yeah, I would
you don't want to do an oak.
I don't think so.
Well, but he's not doing it with balsa wood or something. Come on, have some imagination here.
Well, I mean, sometimes you see those karate demonstrations and, they're kicking apart a pair of wings from one of those balsa planes.
Impressive, sir.
Okay. But yeah, this guy's a super badass karate dude. But a bad week, I guess, for coconuts and pineapples.
I love pineapple. I get fresh pineapple all the time because I bought this wonderful pineapple corer. It's one of the best tools I've ever purchased.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Push down?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it
it's
leaves
great.
leaves the pineapple dildo there in the middle?
It absolutely does. Yeah, so you just make perfect rings, and then it cuts them also if you want.
What do you do with the middle part?
It stays in the husk, so you just throw that whole thing away.
Okay.
I have to have one.
I'll get you one of those.
Speaking of buying kitchen utensils, I heard an interesting news report.
Oh, did you? About kitchen utensils?
Yeah. Well,
Tell
kind
us
of.
more.
Kind of. Just hang on a
Something
second.
new in the world of spatulas?
No.
Possibly a whisk update?
Exactly.
A ladle, maybe?
A whisk.
You guys convinced
Tell me more, Tom.
You guys convinced me to buy an air fryer.
Oh, yes.
Nope, it's a wind cooker.
And I call it a wind cooker. And I love my air fryer. They're the best.
Good.
Apparently, there's something they're calling it the bullwhip effect. Anybody heard about this?
No.
In retail, I think I got it right. With all of the confusion with COVID and supply chains and everything else, the sale of these air fryers went way up. So they made a ton of them.
Now they have too many?
Yeah, apparently they're on sale everywhere. So and there's a number of products like that.
Oh.
That because of all the confusion with COVID, there's a bunch of stuff that you can get a great deal on.
They didn't happen to do that with gasoline, did they?
They did not.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see.
Cooking with gasoline, very tricky.
Sure. It's a lost art, I would say.
Yeah. Remember, it's designed to explode, not burn.
Yes.
It's always a key factor. But, so go Ace, this may be the time for you to go looking for some great appliances.
I just bought a new one.
What'd you get?
New air fryer.
Oh, okay.
Good for you.
I'm a 5.5 quart man now.
Oh.
Yeah, you are.
Wow. Now, tell me something, Ace, as I try to engage with you again.
Hey, buddy.
What sort of decision process? How long does that take? 6, 8 months, 2 years?
There was a lot of research done.
I bet there was. I bet there was.
Was there a coupon involved?
No, but there was a massive sale.
Massive sale.
Good.
Okay, well, that's nice. What'd you do with the old one?
Oh, I missed the cord burned up.
Just wanted to know.
The cord burned up.
What is this, a nuclear accident?
Oh, yeah. My house. It was like Chernobyl over there.
He just uses it all the time, I guess.
Holy hell.
We kind of have nukes in the news. Before we get to that...
Are we starting to use some, I hope?
No kidding. Yeah, I'm with you.
boy.
Yeah.
Really?
Let's build a couple hundred nuclear power plants. We can get it down now. The technology is, what is it?
So when you say nukes,
70 years old.
you don't mean bombs. You mean nuclear power plants.
Yeah. It's time we recognize.
Oh, okay. I meant the bomb.
That's the way
I'd like to see those start.
Oh, well,
I think most people mean the bomb. Yeah.
Sorry, nuclear power plants. We need to build a bunch of them. Sorry. Let's see. Let's just check in with the sporting scene with Chick McGee.
Washington Commanders owner Danny Snyder testified for more than 10 hours yesterday before a congressional committee investigating the NFL team's history of workplace misconduct. A lot of this going on. Hey, baby, you know. Snyder gave a deposition to the U.S. House Committee on Oversight and Reform virtually from his yacht in Israel.
Oh, God.
Daniel was sailing
Because
away while
He did it from his boat?
No, he did it from his yacht.
There's a difference.
There's a big difference.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I mean,
You and I can go
Like-
fishing in a boat.
Like a true supervillain.
Yes.
Zooming into Congress from his yacht.
did he have a little cat in his lap?
I can only hope.
I bet you that yacht has better Wi-Fi than this office in my living room. I bet you that thing is cooking
strong
with
chance.
tech.
Was he wearing a Tommy Bahama shirt and flip-flops?
Yeah, he looks like Godwin.
Maybe one of those Hugh Hefner sailor caps.
Yes.
Snyder,
Toward the end, he wore that.
Snyder wants to stress that he agreed to testify voluntarily after they asked him, 13 times. Then he finally said, okay, I want you guys to know that I'm bigger than Congress, but okay, I'll do it. They're trying to decide, the committee has the discretion to decide what, if any, information it releases from Snyder's deposition, a transcript expected to be available rather than any type of video. So there you go. We'll see what happens there.
Wouldn't you think he'd be there for 2 days? Looking at the fellas.
Boy, that's the big story out of the NFL that camps are opening all across the league and everybody's open now. Nobody at the Commanders practice yesterday. Wednesday was well attended in quotes, but Thursday hardly anyone showing up for the practices. No, the people don't care about the Commanders. I think is what that message
Remember
is.
back in the day doing two-a-days? Wow.
In high school.
Did you do two-a-days, Josh?
No, I was not on the football team. I joined and then I broke my wrist immediately. Not in practice; it was in a different.
We did them.
Oh, really?
Wait a minute. You didn't play football.
No, but we did two-a-days in both cross country, and then I played soccer for 1 year. Yeah, we.
Did you have 2 days in fencing too?
No, thank you.
2 days of the debate parliamentary procedure.
You did the two-a-days, Willie.
I did the 2 days, and I found that the second practice, you're really feeling that in-between practice cigarette you had with your buddies when you snuck out. You know what I'm talking about there,
Oh,
Shaq?
no kidding. Huh.
Yeah, it was. We were always sneaking around and goofing. We were going to Mexican restaurants. I drank a cup of salsa, puked it up on the field later. 2 days was a real fun party time for us. A lot of goofing going on.
No, there's a smoking component to it. You were never a smoker, though.
I was never smoking. Never tried to smoke a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
Never. The one decision in my life that was positive. Yeah. So there you go.
Good.
What do you think of that?
I know a guy that didn't start smoking until he was 50.
Well, he's dead now. So
He stopped
there you go.
smoking about, 8 years later?
Yeah.
I'm not sure the two were connected, but probably were.
Meantime,
Dan Snyder was wearing a shirt, jacket, and tie. Darn it. I was really hoping.
are there stills from the video? Is that
Yeah.
what you're seeing?
God, if you're wearing a jacket and a tie on a boat, wow.
Well, it looks like he's just sitting inside. He's not like sitting outside where you can see the.
You have to get dressed up. For a congressional hearing. I think you guys know that I hate congressional hearings more than anything. I would be thrown in contempt within 10 seconds.
Oh, God willing, I get to see you in one of these eventually.
I swear to God, I would lose my mind. Just the way how condescending they are to the people they talk to, and how it's just all. Anyway,
they're posing, is what they're
exactly. Yeah, they're all running for office during these stupid hearings.
It's theater.
Yeah, and can you? But you have, could I wear a no fat chick shirt?
You probably could. I think they would frown on that.
Oh, I would love it.
Or mustache rides.
Yeah, you got a question for me, AOC? What do you think of this shirt?
Chick, I'm sorry. I did not. That was a different picture I saw. It was not Snyder's. Not from that.
Yeah, I thought they had that.
They just had his placard.
All that media pretty much locked down. They're not. I don't know if it must be a bad look. I guess. I don't know how they locked it down, but they did.
Coat and tie on a boat, that is a yacht. If you're.
Yeah.
You're typically you're not wearing a coat and tie in your day sailing.
Yeah, if you have a closet on your boat, that's a nice boat.
If you have a yacht wardrobe, with stuff that's only available on your yacht.
Yeah.
That'd be all right. Lamar Jackson's contract negotiations are lingering into training camp. His mother's representing him. He doesn't have an agent.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, his mom's doing it.
Keep the money in the family, my friend.
Nothing wrong that can go there, but I guess
maybe she's a brilliant businesswoman.
Everyone else has an agent for a reason, but I guess Lamar, maybe this is the better way to go. I don't know. Who am I to say, Tom?
Who knows?
Who am I to say? And the Arizona Cardinals have removed that addendum to quarterback Kyler Murray's $230.5 million 5-year contract, $160 million guaranteed. That mandated Kyler spend at least 4 hours of independent study during game weeks watching film of the opponent. In a statement yesterday, the team said, after seeing the distraction it created, we removed the addendum from the contract. It was clearly perceived in ways that were never intended. I don't know what ways it could have been perceived other than the ways we perceive them, but apparently they had another thought in mind other than, wow, this guy sounds like a real child, and he has to be told how to study for a team. I don't know.
It didn't come up till today because he hadn't read the whole contract. He was busy playing video games.
Right.
That's interesting. The video game. They must allow video games at camp. They have to. There would be a riot.
I'd imagine they're almost encouraged to keep people out of trouble.
Yeah.
Keep goofs like me from running around and goofing around with my buddies during practice.
And I can remember the argument you and I got in. About
I can't remember all the arguments.
Well, the one about the players playing Madden, and there was a sports writer.
Oh, you said Madden changed the game because all the players were playing like they play on Madden on the field.
This sports writer saw a particular play in which a guy didn't cross the. When he was about to score and he realized he had to kill the clock, and in order
to run out the clock, he ran around on the field. The time expired,
and it was kind of a Madden-like move. And they asked me, he said, "Yeah, I learned that while playing Madden." So interesting. Right now, I want to talk about what the great part of summer is, and of course, that's the food. The folks at HelloFresh are aware of that, and they're doing a special limited edition Taste of Summer, a set of great recipes. How does this work? Well, HelloFresh they go out and do the shopping. That's the hard part. They do the measuring. They do the creation of the recipes, curated by great chefs. In fact, more than 55 options every week. Things like, Willie, what you got over there?
One of my favorites, the bruschetta chicken with mozzarella crust, bacon, mashed potatoes, and broccoli. HelloFresh is going to send you 10 ingredients. You put those together in 6 easy steps. In just over a half hour, you have this delicious, colorful chicken dinner from our friends at HelloFresh.
We know how flexible you got to be in the summer. Maybe you're going away for a while, whatever you're doing. HelloFresh, extraordinarily flexible. They've got their app that you can, hey, I'm not going to be home for 3 weeks, or I need my stuff sent over this way or that way. HelloFresh wants you to try it. And what are they doing? They've got, their best offer ever. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. What are we talking about? Well, the BT Show 16 is for 16 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 free gifts. Once again, HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. That's HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Coming up, Breaking Bad fans. It's a big day for you. We'll tell you why coming up. And an interesting thing about Halloween and certain things that may not be available this year.
Oh, really?
But this could be serious. And lots of animal news as usual, and some Pink Floyd news that's kind of interesting.
Cool.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
The Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas. You know, I got a lot of mail here at the ex-law office. Well, this comes from young Davey Radonovich. He asks, what is the difference between slander and libel? Well, what kind of idiotic, stupid question is that? What kind of little pea-brain moron would write me? I think if I were you, little Davey, I'd worry more about inbreeding than I would about the law. Davey, that was slander. If I would have written it down, it would have been libel.
This has been the Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the law is your friend. It's the lawyers you have to watch out for. And remember this, the preceding has been a joke, not legal advice. Learn to know the difference.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives, and it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Usually on a quiz show, there's only one right answer to a question, but the producers of Jeopardy have decided there are two correct answers to a question people have been asking since Alex Trebek died in 2020. Who should take over as host of the show? Well, the dual answer now, Mayim Bialik and Ken Jennings. Producers say they'll continue to serve as permanent rotating hosts. An announcement made by Jeopardy executive producer Michael Davies says Bialik and Jennings give the show two outstanding hosts with their own fan bases who can attract new fans and hold on to traditional viewers of the game show. The rotation between the two will begin with the new season in September. They both have signed contracts agreeing to the deal, and we have two new hosts of Jeopardy. Congratulations to them both. In other news, the Federal Reserve on Wednesday raised its benchmark interest rate by a hefty 0.75 points for a second straight time in its most aggressive drive in more than 3 decades to try to tame high inflation. The Fed's move will raise its key rate, which affects many consumer and business loans, to a range of 2.25% to 2.5%, its highest level since 2018. Chairman Jerome Powell gave mixed signals about the Fed's next moves. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
My fiance and I have been together for over 4 years. I love her so much, but I have a lot more sexual experience than she does because of her Catholic upbringing. I have brought up the idea of sharing her with another guy or sending her off to go have sex with someone else.
Sending her off,
you know, like you would with a dog to train her. When you get
All right, first off, every Catholic girl I've ever been with has been way more experienced than I was.
Oh, yeah. I believe
that is a misnomer.
I believe the phrase you use is, where did you learn that?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, fellas, this is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
In the studio with us, comedian Mike McRae. I understand you're a big Indiana Jones guy. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. That's my favorite movie series ever, man.
Mm-hmm.
And those movies are always like, when I went to college, I would watch those all the time. I'd be like that would be the professor to have for any kind of class. Because he just, every semester, he just, takes off for 3 or 4 weeks to save the world or find some Inca staff in Peru or something, Like he walks into the first day. All right, class, my name's Dr. Indiana Jones. I'll be your professor for Archaeology 101. His dad busts in the door. Junior! Dad, I'm teaching class here. Junior, there's no time. Rommel Zombie's about to uncover the Sword of Destiny in a Vandalic horde in Tunisia. Look, I can't just go chasing after some sword all the time. It's not just any sword, Junior. It's Balmung. Balmung. The legendary sword of Siegfried, bestowed by his widow upon Theodoric the Ostrogoth before the slaughter of the Burgundians, and then lost for 1,000 years. Class is like, I don't know what he's talking about, but yeah, go find it. Go save the world. We'll be here when you get back. We'll be at the bar, or the speakeasy, or whatever they had back then. Perfect. Class is partying afterwards. Hey, man, what I tell you every semester?
Bob and Tom 24/7.
the Detroit Pistons, former champs of basketball. I have so many souvenirs, it's hard to list them all. I have piston pants, I have piston shorts, I have piston beer mugs, sometimes people don't even notice. I have piston ashtrays, I have piston shoes, I have piston basketballs, when I dribble they do too.
Where are you from, man? Patterson, from Patterson, New Jersey.
Oh, sure. That's famous.
Yeah, you know, small.
Sure.
Thugged out town. You know, it's tiny. So small, we used to get robbed by people we knew.
That's small.
People like, stick 'em up. I'm like, Andre? I'm going to tell your mother, man. By the way, how is Aunt Carol? How's she doing? I'll come over for dinner.
Hi, this is Kostaki Economopoulos, and you are listening.
.com.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hey, Chick.
Hey, there's Ace Cosby. Hey, man. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
You're giving us your thoughts on what Grandma and Grandpa may have said. We certainly appreciate it. More than 2,000 of these have been received. And there are so many that are I've never heard before. Here's one. This comes to us from Kelly in Kentucky.
Hi, Kelly in Kentucky.
Dad would say this will go over like a fart in a space helmet.
That's great.
Kind of a contemporary.
You don't want that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is Grandma talking. Cody. If I was struggling with something that I had a slim chance of getting through, she'd go, your chances are, you've got better chances of playing pickup sticks with your butt cheeks.
Yes.
You've heard that one?
Yes. John Candy says it in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. I love that one.
How about this one? My uncle would say, boy, you're about as swift as a frozen river.
Yeah.
Not swift at all.
Yeah. That's like Shakespearean almost. That's crazy.
Yeah, this one, this is kind of that old-fashioned, it's been around for a while. The Lord blesses fools and idiots, and there are those among us who are doubly blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
That.
Yeah, that sounds like something you'd see on a pillow.
Yep.
But how about this one? This comes to us from Greg. When I was a kid growing up, my mom used to tell me if bitching was a disease, I'd be the poster child. Then you get the old classic sexist ones.
Okay.
Sean, with a W. Yeah. My grandpa would say, we were fine till women got rights and driver's licenses.
Whoa.
Grandpa, please. I was just introducing you to my new fiance.
Yeah, I don't think. And it doesn't sound like Grandpa was kidding.
No, it doesn't.
Here's a really interesting one. This comes to us from Harold. His dad would say to him, you wouldn't be here if your mom hadn't rolled over in the wet spot.
He thinks that's how pregnancy works.
And if he did something dumb, his mom would look at his dad and say, that's your drunk sperm right there.
This is. Wow. I mean, I don't want to think about my folks doing it ever, but then to have like descriptive details about wet spots and about there was drinking involved.
Nothing to be
That
ashamed
guy's in
of.
therapy, you know that.
No, he lived a good life.
And here's a basic one. Let's see. Mike writes, my father used to tell me, ignorance can be cured, stupid is forever.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
And then here's one. This is another one of those sort of, you could see it on a pillow. There are two things we hold dear in this life, the tools of our trade and the dear little wife. So please don't ask to borrow my tools, and I won't ask to borrow your wife.
Ah.
Yeah, maybe put that up in the shop.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's for sale at a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I've never heard this one. My dad, writes Bill, would say, don't mess with me, boy. I'll push your nose so far around your face you'll have to part your hair to sneeze.
It's just violent.
Yeah, a lot of these, you can see why a lot of people need a little help here.
These people need help.
My grandpa used to say, that smells worse than a bag of egg farts. I love when you bag stuff.
Bag it up?
Yeah, you got the bag.
You got to bag it up.
And just,
let's back it up.
Okay. And then here we go. Grandpa said to Gil, he said, this is regarding my brother's girlfriend. That girl could talk the horns off of a billy goat.
Talk the horns.
She apparently talked a lot. This comes to us from Chris. Her ass is so big it looks like two bulldogs fighting over a ham. Okay, all right. This is another pretty cruel one. When I was in high school, writes Jeremy, my grandfather was telling me about the importance of wearing protection. He told me the importance of it by expressing the fact that he says, I don't want to spend my life with an 1159er like he did.
An 1159er.
I asked him what he meant. He said, the bar closes at 12. At 11:59, you're like, well, I guess you'll do. My grandmother was sitting right next to him at the time.
Whoa.
That's a happy family.
For all we know, they laughed and laughed, and it was an inside joke with them, and these are good salt of the people, salt of the earth people.
Chick McGee's at his post at the sports desk. Anything else of interest?
One more, Tom. Here we go.
World record.
A Pepsi fan in Italy has broken a world record with his collection of soda cans.
You're a Pepsi fan in America.
I am a diet Pepsi. Christian Cavaletti's collection includes, I don't know what kind of cans these are, so don't ask me.
Probably aluminum.
12,000.
No, it's everything.
12,402 cans from all over the world.
What do you mean everything?
Well, look at this one.
They make cans out of wood?
Here's one that looks like it's made of.
Well, it's not only Pepsi. Is it? Is it only Pepsi?
Yeah, this one's. It says genuine Pepsi Cola, 2 full glasses, and it looks like an oil can.
Oh,
and it's clearly not aluminum.
Oh,
then there's a picture of him in front of a wall with whatever 1,000 Pepsi cans, but they all look different. And they've got different writing on them, calligraphy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know if this guy has a family or a life, but he's done. He could go to Michigan where they have a deposit.
Sure.
You get money back?
Like ones of dollars.
Yeah. No, he's a Pepsi guy, though, no Coke.
Well, yeah, that's interesting.
But it says in this article later on, he's buddies with the guy who has the Coke can record.
No kidding.
Are you serious?
I'm totally serious.
I wonder if they're frenemies.
I got more cans than you.
Cans across, that's nice.
Does it say how many the Coke guy has?
Yeah, somewhere in here. But it's you got to work. You got to worry about. You got to make sure you clean them out if you're collecting them.
Of
you
course.
don't want ants.
Or you're going to have the big
or
collection.
Mice or
ants or bees or something.
Yeah, I have the most ants. And
you're going to have the vermin.
Ed Gein had a collection of cans, but you didn't want to see it.
Who did?
Ed Gein.
Ooh.
They were human.
Yeah, you don't want to look at that.
See some sort of serial killer?
Boy.
Yes.
Often skin.
Oh, wow. That's
deep body parts.
His favorite Pepsi flavor, by the way, changing the subject to make this happy.
Ed Gein's?
No.
Cherry. I'm going to say cherry.
You're right. Wild cherry.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, the guy from Italy, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Not the misunderstood hero, Ed Gein.
Isn't it?
Why are you...
Is the movie Silence of the Lambs...
Semi-based on him, yes.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yes. As is Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Psycho. Yeah. They're all...
Somebody owes Ed's family some money.
I hope he is getting handsomely.
I hope the estate is doing nicely.
He's
fiscally strong every year.
He's gone, isn't he?
Yes, boy. Yeah.
He was gone when he was here.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, he sure was. Yeah, boy.
He was gone when he was here. Sure was all there.
Coming up in the news, Christy Lee.
Oh, wow. We have a lot of stuff. We have an amazing, you have to see. I'm afraid to put this up on my Twitter account because I'm afraid I'll get shut down. Grandma's dying wish.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. We have some kind of frightening news about Halloween coming up.
Okay.
Yep. And
spooky
you could live in an old high school gym in Indiana if you've got enough money for it.
Huh. Really?
I love this story.
Live there?
Yeah, they've converted it to a house.
Wow.
How great would that be?
Be reliving dodgeball trauma day in, day out.
Yeah. I don't know. You walk from your main bedroom and, look, half court.
Yeah.
Let's start shooting. It's a great story. That's all coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
All right, this magician, he gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working his cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the third night, the parrot starts figuring out his magician's act. So he starts heckling the magician, and it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night, they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. They just look at each other all mad. Finally, the bird goes, I give. Where's the boat?
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. At over $1 billion, the Mega Millions jackpot is one of the largest lottery prizes ever. That makes it the latest focus of lotteries that have been held in the U.S. and around the world for centuries. Only 2 prizes have been larger than the massive jackpot that could be won tonight. Lotteries elsewhere in the world offer smaller payouts, though in other ways they're more integrated into life in other countries. Lotteries in the U.S. initially mirrored similar games in Europe. In 1776, one was created to actually help the Revolutionary War, and they do remain popular in Europe. Top U.S. health officials say our country's monkeypox outbreak can still be stopped despite rising case numbers and limited vaccine supplies. The Biden administration's top health official pushed back Thursday against criticism about the pace of the response. The government announced plans to begin shipping another 780,000 shots this week. Health authorities in San Francisco, New York, and other large cities say they still don't have enough vaccines to meet demand. And the New Mexico Department of Transportation is getting an F in spelling over the letter R. That's right. The R was missing on a road sign pointing drivers toward Albuquerque. And lest you think people might not have noticed, think again. Motorists along Route 66 and I-40 did double takes when they caught the typo. The mistake also launched a flurry of phone calls and emails to state officials. By the way, that error has since been fixed. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Brand new feature, Biff Whiskey, Frontier Lifeguard. As told by Arnie Whiskey, Frontier Golfer.
I should have known.
Well, I was a man about town, and also at the Whiskeyville Country Club and Salad Bar. Of course, the country club, we have our very own swimming pool. And, of course, we had to have a lifeguard for the youngsters there. Well, we hired a young fellow named Biff Whiskey, and he was the lifeguard, at the pool. Well, this young fellow walks up to Biff, and he goes, "Excuse me, Biff, but what's the best way to teach a girl to swim?" Well, Biff says, "Come here, young fella." He goes, "Now, here's how it's done. First, you walk her slowly into the water, all right? Then you put your arms gently around her waist. Then you rub your hands delicately up and down her arms. Then just kind of lean over and softly kiss her on the neck." The young fella says, wait a minute. I'm teaching my sister." He goes, "In that case, just push her in the deep end."
Except in Kentucky.
Jeez. I knew I should have held my ears for that.
Thus concludes another exciting
quick episode of Biff Whiskey,
Frontier Lifeguard.
Thank you very much.
You don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Well, internet porn.
Well, there's
photography. People don't go. Yeah, photography. People don't go to porn shops anymore.
No?
Because of the internet.
Oh, that's true.
But I think you miss out on the social aspect.
Is there a social aspect to that?
Yeah, well, you avoid eye contact. Try to hide your titles. Tranny. Oh, no, I was working on my car. The other day, though, I was watching gay porn.
Uh-oh.
No, wait, I'm sorry. I was watching pro wrestling.
Yeah, but it turns out I don't sleep well anyway. I've been grinding my teeth. I didn't know I grind my teeth until I woke up. My husband was pouring coffee beans into my mouth. What a weird way to save time in the morning.
No kidding, but it's fresh coffee.
I was flying from South Bend to here. I was on a plane this big. It was like a pack of gum with 8 people in it. What happened was we took off from the South Bend Airport Hair Care and Tire Center there. I don't know if you've ever been there. We got halfway here. We had to go back. It's like a 12-minute flight. We had to go back. We had engine trouble. We lost some oil pressure in one of the engines, and they told us about it over the speaker system of the plane, which was stupid because they could have just went, hey, we lost some oil.
They could have just turned around and yelled at you.
The guy sitting next to me is losing his mind. He goes, hey man, if one of these engines fails, how far will the other one take us? And I was like, all the way to the scene of the crash.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chick.
At the sidekick chair, there's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Chickster.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick.
Yeah.
Now, I'm trying to sort through stacks and stacks of stuff over here. We will check in with Christy Lee at the news desk. Coming up, comedian Dave Williamson will be joining us. Christy, we were talking about Shark Week. And,
yes.
A very unusual. What is the word they developed? Is it poonado?
Yeah, you've heard of Sharknado.
Poopnado.
Yes, but a clip going viral online shows one great white leaving a so-called poop. It's called poo-nado, not poop-nado.
Oh, okay.
Poo-nado.
Okay.
In a diver's face. In the 3-second clip shown on Discovery Channel as part of Shark Week, the shark can be seen leaving a huge trail of feces near a few divers in the water.
I think they'd want to go with poop-nado because poo-nado could be poon-nado, and that's a different...
Yeah, when I first saw the headline, it said poonado, and I thought...
Oh, boy, somebody's having...
Wow, a twister of...
What would you rather, crap-nado? Would you have been more comfortable with that, or...
Man, I mean, anything that's...
Turd-nado?
Yeah,
Turd-nado, I mean, that's it.
Perfect.
That's the best one by a mile.
I've heard the term craptastic.
Oh, yeah.
Which I do enjoy. That's funny. That's a funny word.
As the shark swims away,
Oh, sorry.
the shark's tail creates a tornado-like effect with its fecal cloud. In another clip from the diving group known as Mega Predators of Oz,
These guys are badass.
a diver can be seen making a disgusted face, though he's really there for a scientific reason. Dr. Charlie Heaveners and his team of biologists are trying to get a sample of the giant shark's feces for analysis.
Okay.
Even though it's been...
Hey, the great whites are down there. Here's a butterfly net. Good luck, Chuck. These guys are crazy.
It can't be solid.
No, it looked very
it's
cloudy.
Like, right.
Did you see the... I saw it on the news early this morning. I forget what network it was. It might have been CBS. They were hunting great white sharks, and they're right off some beach in Massachusetts.
Of course they are.
And they're right there.
Do you not have the app? You can get an app on your phone.
They put signs up.
So when you're at the beach, you can see where the sharks are.
What?
Tom, they put signs up.
Yeah.
What do you want?
They live in the ocean.
They live in the ocean.
Oh, I know that. I'm fully aware of that. Wow.
Careful, sharks.
I don't like to have my phone at the beach.
How does the app know where the sharks are? Is it other people
It's
reporting?
like a GPS thing.
Are
They
you
can see it.
are you saying that you're alarmed, but you could be having a nice seafood boil out there?
Yeah.
And you look out, and maybe wrap that up with a nice shore lunch, and there's a shark not 50 yards from you. Is that
Great
right?
white.
Yeah.
They were recommending you only go into the water up to your waist. Or maybe it was your knees. I forget.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe it's
depending on how much you want to lose.
Maybe it's maybe it's not at all for most clear thinking.
Yeah. Hey, I see a shark. Yeah, just go up to your knees.
My oldest.
No, thank you.
My oldest really would like to get bitten by a shark.
Your oldest would like to get bitten by a shark.
Yeah, not seriously, but just enough.
I can dress up.
I don't think there's...
I got one of those Katy Perry shark outfits.
She's obsessed with them.
I'll creep into a room and
I miss don't you guys miss the heady days of left shark, right shark?
Yes.
Don't you? Wasn't that an innocent
Or is the
time?
dress blue or gold?
Yeah,
those were...
When she sang Roar, the lion came marching out. Man, that was...
Tom, you don't take your phone on the beach? How do you take pictures of your knees and then caption it, "My office today"?
Or your feet in the
Josh,
sand.
that is very
Somebody
funny.
did
I'm so sick of that.
Yeah, that's such a classic.
The most photographed body part on Instagram, believe it or not, are people's feet.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good time to be a
totally
foot
believe it.
fetishist.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't
My
know.
office today.
So anyways, so the poop. So we're going to go with poop-nado.
It's poo-nado.
Well, we're going to go with poop.
Yes, I don't approve of poop.
I like turd-nado, Christy. That
Thank
was the
you.
best
But they're
one.
not turds, really. It's a misty, cloudy. A turd is a solid sort of log.
Okay.
Right?
Is it?
Poop-nado, it's decided.
What time is it? Oh, breakfast? Sorry, everyone.
I'm Misty.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, good morning. It's your old skipper, Captain Dave, calling. I'm picking up your conversation on the shortwave. Christy, first of all, if your daughter wants to be bitten by a shark, we welcome her on the chum dumpster.
Okay.
Clappy says he'll be glad to take care of her. He'll throw her in a couple times, see what happens, just so you know. But then I heard you talking about that shark crapping on the scuba divers.
Yeah, they got it right in the face, Dave.
Yeah, you know why he did it, don't you?
Why?
That's what you call viral marketing. The Beast is trying to spread the word about Shark Week. You see, the Discovery Channel is starting Shark Week again on Sunday, despite all my letters of protest. Those network idiots probably can't read my writing because sharks bit off my hands.
Oh, well, then, yeah.
And now I have to hold the pen in my mouth, and it's Clappy's pen. Clappy's my first mate, a little inbred. He keeps his pen in his underwear drawer, and he hardly ever does his laundry.
Okay.
So it tastes like middle-aged pirate taint.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, the damn sharks are trying to generate buzz, can't you see, to help ratings for their Shark Week.
Oh, I see.
Everybody knows the sharks are bigger camera whores than the Kardashians. They crave the attention.
They do?
They've been chomping folks up and down both coastlines all summer, but they can't get any coverage. Sharks are bitey pricks, but that ain't news. But to watch a shark pinch off a brown trout on camera, right in some poor diver's face, grabs some attention, huh? Yeah, good thing this one had the runs, so it wasn't so damn disgusting. Well, what I mean is healthy shark turds are stuffed with arms and legs, chunks of surfboard, and license plates. Yeah, license plates are shark potato chips, don't you know?
I did not know.
The only thing you got to remember is that sharks are dangerous at both ends. Either they're using your femur as a toothpick, or they're dropping ass anchors right in your face.
Thanks.
So is that what you idiots want to watch next week? Do you really want
That's
to
actually
watch
this
that?
week,
A bunch of fish bowel movements? Dookies of the deep? Is that the kind of sick bastards you are? Huh? The ocean ain't nothing but a shark toilet. Know why all the coral reefs are being bleached?
Why?
Sharks whizzing on them. Nothing good comes from sharks, and everything sharks touch gets bitten in half. So do the right thing. Boycott Shark Week with me. Now, that's an order from Captain Dave.
Thank you, Captain.
I'm out of here.
Okay.
I don't know if he's coming or not.
Okay.
How does he hold the phone, you think?
I don't know.
I didn't realize you both handed.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I don't want to correct him, but Shark Week's going on right now.
I do
It
want
ends
to
on
correct him. It's
Sunday.
now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
July 31st.
Correct and,
You know, Josh, I try to live every week like it's Shark Week.
Do you?
I try to be inspired. Like
Even Christmas week.
Yes.
Shark Week.
Mhm,
Okay.
I'm biting.
It's big.
You know, there's a movie called Santa Jaws.
Okay.
And it's about a shark that kills. He has a Santa hat.
Wait a minute. Hold it. What?
I'm not making it up. It does exist. Yeah.
Santa Jaws.
Yes.
So there's a shark with a Santa hat.
Yes.
Is this a cartoon?
No, it's a live action movie. I think it was a sci-fi original.
Do you think
How'd
Spielberg?
they get the hat on the shark?
Do you think Spielberg had trouble getting the shark
If
to
I
work?
remember correctly, Ace, have you seen Santa Jaws?
I don't think so.
I think
it sounds like horrible media.
The
It's
hat
gonna be right up
itself
your
is
Did
like
he eat Santa?
the hat itself is controlling the shark.
Oh, the hat is.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, I have friends that are wonderful screenwriters that can't get a movie made, and this got made. How's that happening?
The pitch to this sounds very fun. I totally get how this
Are you
happens.
serious?
This sounds like a great time.
So campy, it was actually enjoyable, says that person. One of the better of sci-fi shark films.
Does he have to deliver presents to baby sharks? Or does
All
he...
right, this holiday season we're going to watch Shark
Do they
Jaws.
hold up the holiday theme?
I don't know. Chick, this is a glowing review here. The new gold standard in Christmas shark movies.
There you go.
Hell of a review.
I'm not going to go see it unless it's the gold star. Oh, it is. Okay. I'm going.
He's got a candy cane coming out of him.
And so
you're right. He's sort of like a narwhal, and it's a candy cane that does that. And there you can see he's wearing the hat on his dorsal fin.
Oh, he went right through the guy, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a murderous SOB.
This sounds like required viewing for us.
It absolutely does.
Okay.
Sounds like a hell of a holiday party, doesn't it?
Now, Christy Lee is at the news desk. Give me a teaser here. What do you got coming up?
Coming up, she wasn't killed by a shark, but boy, Grandma had a heck of a dying wish.
Oh.
Also, we have Halloween could be in jeopardy this year.
What?
If you're a Hershey candy fan.
That's my favorite.
And Breaking Bad in the news in Albuquerque. Albuquerque's in the news twice today. Never thought I'd say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And interesting tribute to Breaking Bad coming up today in Albuquerque.
Oh, cool.
Do you know that started kind of a tourist industry there?
Sure.
Oh, heck yeah.
Breaking Bad.
Those people that own that house, not happy.
I've been there. Yeah, and they were sitting out on their patio, real grumpy.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Or on their driveway, rather. I don't blame them necessarily. Probably have some pizzas thrown on their roof.
I'd move.
Yeah.
Right now, I want to remind you that this show sounds at least 10% better if you're listening on those beautiful Raycon earbuds. Chick McGee turned me onto the Raycons.
I'm going to say more than 10%, Tom. Raycon's everyday earbuds, they look, feel, and sound better than ever with 3 sound profiles to match whatever you're listening to. They feature noise isolation, awareness mode. You can choose to be immersed in sound or tune into your surroundings when you need to. If you are traveling or maybe you're having a workout, the optimized gel tips with your Raycons fit every ear ever made. The earbuds are comfortable enough for all-day wear, and they do not budge. With Raycon, you also get 8 hours of playtime, 32 hours of battery life, and you get all this for half the price of other premium audio brands. It's no wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 49,000 5-star reviews. Right now, go to buyraycon.com/Tom and get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. Buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off your Raycon.
We get love letters about the Raycons. Here's one from John. I can't thank you guys enough for talking about Raycons. I had those big name ones before, and it was a magnificent surprise when I put the Raycons in my ears. It was like giving my ears a hug.
Aww.
I use them every day. I work in a loud body shop, and it tunes out what I want tuned out and tunes in what I want to hear. Well, thank you very much, John, and thank you, Raycon earbuds. Once again, Raycon. That's buyraycon.com/Tom for 15% off. When we come back, a little surprise for you. Oh, yes. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of
curvy cleavage on display.
The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Don't touch those.
Sorry. The human drama of
curvy cleavage on display.
This is
The Bob and Tom Show. No shoes, no shirt, no talent.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Washington Commanders owner Dan Snyder testified for more than 10 hours yesterday before a congressional committee investigating the NFL team's history of workplace misconduct. Snyder gave a deposition to the U.S. House Committee on Oversight and Reform, conducted virtually and in private from his yacht. Snyder is in Israel and agreed to testify voluntarily rather than under the terms of a subpoena. The Arizona Cardinals have removed that addendum to quarterback Kyler Murray's $230.5 million 5-year contract that mandated at least 4 hours of independent study during game weeks. In a statement yesterday, the team said after seeing the distraction it's created, we removed the addendum from the contract. And 2 people with knowledge of the deal say the Seahawks are expected to sign DK Metcalf to a 3-year contract worth up to $72 million, $58 million guaranteed. Major League Baseball winners yesterday in the American League: Baltimore, Boston, the Yankees, Toronto, Houston, and Texas. National League winners: Miami, Philly, the Dodgers, and San Francisco. And the WNBA last night, a full slate: Connecticut, Minnesota, Washington, and Phoenix all win. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show. Looking to buy a new car, but the looking part is getting old hat? Well, maybe you need to try shopping at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors.
Hi. Just stop into Bob Bile Motors and I'll show you my
Take a test drive, and I'll also let you see my...
That's Bob Bile Motors.
And hey, guys, during Bob Bile's Celebration Bonanza Days, if you buy a car from Bob Bile Motors, I'll not only show you my and my... I'll let you in the... And after that, you're in the...
Is that even possible? It is at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors. Why the hell shop anywhere else?
Somebody get me a towel.
Due to pending litigation, Bob Bile Motors is suspending free hot dog Fridays.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
That's awful.
Awful entertaining. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. Frigamall Broadcasting presents another Bob and Tom Olympic moment in history.
The year was 1896. The place just outside of Athens, near the town of Stactontopolis, Greece. While preparing for the first modern Olympics, organizers were forced to eliminate a track and field event. In what will surely go down as the biggest bloodbath in Olympic history, runners from 5 teams were injured at the initial time trials of the 100-meter razor hurdles. 4 of the 5 athletes would never compete again. However, Austrian hurdler Klaus Kleinendorfer went on to be a silver medalist for the women's team as Gretchen Kleinendorfer.
Thank you very much for this.
Thank you for this medal.
This has been another Bob and Tom Olympic moment in history.
Sound like Paul Hammett.
Hey, everybody, this is Jimmy Pardo. You recognize my voice from the show and my face from television. You are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Jim, we mentioned you are a tall man.
Yes. 6'6", huh?
6'6". Are you a single guy or married guy?
I just got married.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes.
How's that going?
First timer?
Yeah, first timer.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
I'm learning, very slowly. I'm learning, when women get married, they take the guy's name, and I'm learning that us guys are also given. My married name is somebody. Somebody's got to take the trash out. At first, I was like, is she talking to somebody else? Is there somebody else here?
Somebody.
Shouldn't we be on a first-name basis by now?
Well, someone's going to have to go to the hardware store, and somebody's going to have to put this table together.
Comedian Alan Havey joins us. What else is on your mind? What are you talking about these days?
My girlfriend wants to have kids now, and I don't want kids. Kids are spoiled today. I don't know what happened. I guess children had a major coup about 12 years ago. Spoiled little bastards. When a kid's bad, what do they tell them now?
No, time out.
Time out. What the hell is that?
Time out.
Yeah, I had time out when I was a kid. I'd wake up and go, what happened?
All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick McGee.
He's a performing. There's Josh Arnold.
Hey, Chick.
There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Feeling good.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Yeah, and we got tons of letters about things that Grandpa may have said to you. It's certainly exciting. We certainly appreciate it, but we've been kind of neglecting something, and I feel bad about it.
Oh, what's that?
What?
I forgot that the 6th anniversary of Josh Arnold being on the Bob and Tom Show.
Is that today?
Is officially, I believe it's officially Monday.
Is that the first?
And, yeah.
Monday.
Is that right?
6 years on the Bob and Tom Show.
My goodness.
So you probably thought I was going to forget. But
I forgot.
I forgot.
I thought we'd start the celebration early.
Oh.
What? As we.
Oh, my God!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, we have a live one-man band.
Yeah, we do. All right. Excellent.
We have Mark Dobson, the one-man band.
Sir.
He's my
Mark is here.
He's a bad man.
Wow.
Look at that.
Mark,
Mr.
it's good to see you.
Dobson.
Now, I've got to describe this since this is radio, not everybody's watching. Mark, you have, you kind of look like, let's see, who could I mention?
Aaron Rodgers.
Skunk Baxter from the Doobie Brothers a little bit.
Yeah.
Would you say? Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've got a nice guitar, which is typical.
Yes.
Nothing special there. But then you got a sort of a combination backpack.
Look at that.
Bass drum, snare drum, several cymbals.
He is the one-man band. And have you seen his collection of harmonicas?
Harmonicas, look at that.
I mean, that is...
You've got the...
He's got every harp known to man.
The gun belt harmonica thing going.
I have another 100 harps at home.
Wow.
And
Listen to that sound, ladies and gentlemen.
Greatest day of my life.
Eddie was here. I got here this morning very early. Eddie had been here all night.
Oh, my gosh.
Getting Mark sonically hooked up over here.
And you kept Mark well hid, too.
Yeah, you sure did.
Quite a surprise. Nobody saw him or anything.
So, Mark, you're going through your... You've got a one of those, what do you call it, like fast food?
Garth Brooks.
Madonna mics, Garth Brooks.
Yes.
Garth Brooks mics.
Yeah,
exactly. Garth Brooks, yes.
And then one of the sort of Bob Dylan / Neil Young harmonica holders.
That's a nice one. Almost accurate.
The Blues Traveler vest.
Yeah. What is the name of the harmonica holder?
It's a racket.
Oh, I love that. A racket.
That's what it's called. It's called a racket.
Yes.
And Dave Letterman famously put a piece of corn on the cob on one once.
Now, Mark, did you build that kit yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
It weighs about 40 pounds. It's in revision number 43, and there's a total of 9.1 instruments. And the question is...
What's the point one?
The bass and the guitar. I have a subharmonic synth built in.
Oh,
Oh, wait a minute.
How about that?
The dean just came over to the other side of the room.
It's Mark Dobson, markwithac.com, if you'd like to check it all out.
And why wouldn't you?
The one-man band.
And
now, Mark,
it's
I've got a question. I can see from here you've got a strap just below your elbow on your right arm.
Yeah. Look at that.
That is awesome.
And
Are
then,
you kidding me?
It would appear I can see drumsticks poised above the snare.
Yeah.
Right.
How do you trigger those?
You want the description?
Please.
Go ahead. Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
counting up to 9.1, there's the bass drum starting with the right foot.
Okay.
Instrument number 2 is a snare drum on the left foot. And the head of the guitar.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on.
So it's all a series of pulleys and...
yeah, you are...
Levers?
Yeah, there's strings everywhere.
Yeah.
Keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
All right. Instrument number 3 is the hi-hat. There.
Sure. He's giving us the hi-hat.
The right foot and left foot and opens on the right elbow.
Wait a minute. When you pull the right elbow...
I've never been so happy in my life.
It's like the guy in the back of the canoe. He's going, he's pushing, but he's also steering. So I'm strumming the guitar and pushing my elbow out.
Okay.
And that's playing the hi-hat?
That's opening the hi-hats.
Okay. And then what are the sticks hitting?
The snare drum.
Yeah.
And that's from moving your guitar neck up and down?
His foot.
Oh, I'm getting lost here. This is...
Instrument number 4.
Please.
Crashable when I step or kick to the right. Boom, bomb. Kind of looks like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant.
Sure.
Yes.
Wow.
So when you go home tonight and see your loved one, you go, look at this. All right, instrument number 5 is splashable. It's the other way. It's on the snare drum. The least volume instrument is the hi-hat tambourine. If you listen for the jingle, jingle. Then there's the guitar. And then if you have good cans or bass on, if you're listening to a cell phone, you might not hear the bass in the guitar, but I'm going to turn it off and on. It's on, off, on,
okay,
off.
Subtle.
Then there's the harmonica. And then instrument number 9 is...
Your voice.
It's mine.
Okay.
That's better than like 3/4 of the acts I've ever seen in my life. That's no joke.
It's Mark Dobson, Mark with a C. He's the one-man band. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, it sure
Now,
is.
can you give me a short song that will sort of sample everything?
Oh, yeah.
And we can kind of walk through it?
Josh.
Yes.
Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary, dear Josh. Happy anniversary to you. All right, now, Josh, have you ever heard the second verse of this song before?
I haven't.
All right. Josh, does your mind go in the gutter easily?
It sure does, yeah.
Now, not only is Mark the one-man band, he's also the one-man mixer and roadie.
Yes.
You're mixing the sound over there at the same time.
Yeah.
Wow, that is just beautiful. What a setup.
Man, oh, man.
What was your first instrument, man?
For setting me up.
I'm sorry, what was your first instrument when you were a kid?
Tuba.
Okay. So you're used to kind of carrying around the
a lot of
weights and.
I got the short end of the straw on that one.
I
didn't really want the tuba, but I was the only kid who even checked it off on that.
Yeah. Well, but and then when did you get proficient at the guitar?
I started at 14.
When was your first one-man band kit put together?
The story is, let's see, I'll go real quick. I dreamed of it in junior high. I tried when I was 17 and failed when I became a busker, and I have a long career in my late teens as 20s as a street musician, performing all over Canada and the United States. Anyways, after 17, then lifetime went by. Then I'm an adult, and I have a house, and I have power tools and all these things, and a 20-year career playing music. And somebody else couldn't do a gig like this, and I saw the lead, and I went, oh, I tried to do that years ago, and I didn't get it done. To me, it was still something undone. So in December 2010, I had the idea, and April I had it up going, and now I spend more time traveling the United States performing at fairs than I do at home performing. This is what I do for a living.
All right.
Good for you.
I'm surprised you're able to move your hands while you talk without setting off something.
Yeah, you would think there'd be noises.
Very observant, yes. So it's not because you couldn't get along with anybody in a band. It's just
No, it's all about the money. That's it.
Yeah, you didn't have to share.
What if you break up?
Now, do you do do you do various genres, if you will, of music?
Sure, yeah. I end up sounding like me. I cover genres. I try to perform, and I'm a cover band guy, right? So I cover, the top songs, like wedding songs. But with my show, the more important about it, the sellable part, is the way I play. And I'm very personable. I stroll through the middle of fairgrounds playing. And this isn't the whole rig. This is the main thing. But I also have a wagon with a very large and loud sound system on that follows me behind. So if you're on a fairground, you look or you listen up the road and you think there's a band up there, and then after they figure, oh my God, it's one guy.
Yes. So wait, you got a van that follows you?
A wagon.
A wagon. He pulls a wagon.
Are you pulling it, or is it electronically?
I pay somebody to follow me with it. It's motorized.
Okay. Kind of
I call it the all-terrain sound wagon because it has big wheels and it has to go on in front of demolition derbies. Sometimes I pre-show demolition derbies.
Right now, Mark Dobson is our guest. Actually, he's currently this weekend going to be just outside of Cincinnati at the Claremont County Fair.
All right.
Right.
You are Canadian, but you live in Florida. So welcome to the U.S. of A.
Been here for 20 years. Thank you.
Okay.
Legally.
Now, according to this, Mark holds the world record for the longest distance ever gone by a one-man band.
Which is?
120 miles to the Florida State Fair from Cocoa, Florida, while striking a drum with every step and playing the guitar. Took you 8 days.
Wow.
Lord. See, since 2020 drove us stir crazy.
Sure.
For me, right, in order to solve the stir craziness, in 2021, instead of driving to the Florida State Fair like I do every year, I walked 120 miles. Playing my drum kit the entire way. Yeah, and Florida State Fair was great. They had a finish line. We strategically went through the finish line just before we opened, and Florida State Fair.
All right.
How's your hearing?
I have a partial hearing loss.
Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah, loud electric guitars for the first 20 years, and now I have a snare drum here.
In your head,
Yeah,
all
once
the
again,
time.
there's a snare drum about 10 inches from the back of your head.
Right.
Mark also performs as Bot the Robot. Have you seen this?
I have not.
Yes.
Well,
she's quick.
Now, can we play a little trivia?
Sure.
Can you play us something and we have to identify the song?
Of course.
Okay.
Do you want to go a little bit obscure
we're
here?
gonna really quick.
Okay, this
So
is
our trivia.
this is Mark Dobson, the one-man
You have
band.
to try and guess the name of the song before I.
And he's reloading harmonicas here into his what do you call it again?
The racket.
The rack.
The racket.
It's a racket. It's there's a harmonica mic in here, and the harmonica mic is on the harmonica holder.
Oh,
terrific.
Yes. If you like one, I can send you the link later.
Okay, and we are live right now on YouTube, by the way. If you get a chance, if you want to see.
So
see
I'm
what's
about
happening.
to play the most popular song ever.
Okay.
What is it?
Oh,
Happy Birthday. No.
Freebird.
Mariah Carey's Christmas.
1939. It's from.
Oh, Wizard of Oz.
Oh, Over the Rainbow.
Oh, he has it here. Somewhere over the rainbow.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Wow.
The rainbow.
He's spinning around.
There's a light that I've heard of once in a lullaby. There's a light of the rainbow. Why, can I? How do you even fly behind the rainbow? Why, oh, why can't
That's legit.
I'm gonna say he's better than 9 out of 10 bands. I swear to God.
It shouldn't sound that good.
No, I wanted this to be bad and not funny, and this is great.
It's Mark Dobson, the
great.
one-man band. And as Chick said, are you a one-man band because you just can't get along with everybody else? That is tremendously interesting and amazing.
It's very unique.
It's so great.
I can't do two things at once.
We know.
Oh, man.
I mean, at all.
Yeah.
For you to be doing the bass, the drum, the snare, blah, blah, blah.
I can argue that.
Okay.
You can. A lot of us, for example, drive a car and there's a whole bunch of activities going on. Your hand's there, your foot's there. You shouldn't be texting and driving. There's a limit of what you can do. But that activity requires many things, and I don't know if you can relate, but that's similar to doing this. I'm never thinking about one thing at a time.
Not thinking is my specialty. Very good at that. Once again, we have Mark Dobson. He'll be at the Claremont County Fair. Are you there tonight?
And tomorrow night.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Terrific.
The one-man band. And we're going to talk more to Mark coming up in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to actually ask you to bring us into the next break. I'll have to explain how that's going to work. And you can play us out of this one if you give us just a second. We have to have Christy Lee at the news desk come up with something. What have you got over there?
Oh, boy, I don't know where to go from here. The Hershey Chocolate Company has some bad news for you Halloween fans. The CEO, Michelle Buck, said Hershey will not be able to fully meet consumer demand for Halloween.
What?
According to CNN Business, the chocolate maker uses the same manufacturing lines for its regular and seasonal products, meaning that it cannot amp up production of both regular sweets and holiday items. It can only do one or the other.
So,
what? Buck said
in other words, they're probably not going to be able to do the Hershey's Halloween-shaped whatever.
Okay, but you can still get the assorted fun size and.
Yeah, but what would be one of the ones that they would have?
The only thing I can think would be Hershey Kiss, the different colored wrapping, really, for those. But
Buck said it was a tough decision, but they decided to prioritize everyday on-shelf availability. Hershey aims to add more manufacturing lines with the hope that it will be able to meet demand in the next couple of years.
Why couldn't this happen to candy corn?
Yeah, no kidding.
Or circus peanuts. Or
now, I'm going to put our guest on the spot. Mark Dobson, one-man band.
Little Skinner?
I think it's Skinner.
Now, his legs are moving erratically to keep.
Oh, yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah!
Okay, songs about.
Holy hell.
Songs about. Do you know either The Candy Man by Sammy Davis or
Hard Candy by Montrose?
Or I Want Candy?
Oh, sure.
Oh, what's the one candy about the swing set? What is that one?
About the swing set?
God knows what he's trying to say.
No.
Oh, yes, I know what you're saying. Sex and Candy by Marcy Playground.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry.
Swing set, Marcy Playground.
Hey, that was close.
Josh, you are.
I Speak Tom.
Wow, you would have gotten it on the match game.
Swing set.
Wow.
Do you know any of those?
Oh, Stewardess, I Speak Tom.
Are we in break?
No. Do you know
So
the
don't
Candyman
curse.
by Sammy Davis Jr.? It's awful. I'm glad you don't know
Candyman,
this song. God, I hate it.
Yeah.
Let's see. I Want Candy. You know that old classic?
I want candy.
That's it.
There you go.
No, you can't have no candy today, though.
There you go. The man's a performer.
It's unbelievable.
A showman.
We'll have to see if we can match you up with songs for each news story that we have coming up.
Wait, can I ask a question? Are there any songs that you do that are songs that should not be played in a one-man band? Like it's borderline disrespectful? Like do you do like Tears in Heaven? By any chance?
Just marching around.
Now, because remember, he has to move certain body parts to make some of the instruments play.
Oh, my.
Oh, my God.
So I
You know
know
what?
that song. I do. I've never
Sure.
done it like this, though.
I can't. I would think.
It doesn't really lend itself to one-man
Or
band.
everybody hurts.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want the sad
When I
ballad.
think about you, I play with myself.
How about this one?
Touch myself. Not play with myself.
Once again, the Hershey Candy Company has announced that they're not going to be able to do their specialized presentations, apparently, for Halloween.
Right.
So we're trying to think of candy songs. How about How Sweet It Is by James Taylor?
Oh, yeah.
Again, he's marching around.
By you. Oh. How sweet it is to be serenaded by you.
I am overjoyed.
Now, it's Mark Dobson, the one-man band. You can find him at markdobson.com. That's Mark, M-A-R-C.
This has exceeded all of my expectations.
And you know, a lot of times we really rib you for how bad your surprises are.
This is the best.
You've made up for all of the bad ones. All of them.
Is this as
You've
good as having
redeemed
Joe
yourself.
Theismann walk in the room for chick?
No, this is
Joe who? I say.
This is better.
I have a couple technical questions. Mark, again, for those that aren't watching on YouTube, and we're feeding this right now out on YouTube, there's a certain stiffness that you have to hold your body in, because if you move anything, if you swatted a fly, for example, it would set off something, right?
All right, so I'm going to show you something. You might have to stand up, right?
All right, okay.
So imagine if you have your fingers, and we've all done this, and we played the table, right? Playing drums.
Oh, yeah.
Now take your two fingers, put one under the table, and come back up, right? So like that, I don't only hit the drums when I come down. I hit them when I come up.
Oh.
Or when I go like this.
So what he's doing, ladies and gentlemen, he's doing reverse pelvic thrusts again like that. Wow. You a married man?
Yes.
I bet your
children, yes.
I bet your wife thinks that's hilarious.
And so
hey,
here,
baby, later on tonight, you and me are doing this.
So to keep that straight motion, I'm going to show you how complicated this can get. You ready?
Okay.
All right.
Here we go. I'm going to do the following. I'm going to play right, left with a single pattern with my feet. Then I'm going to start bouncing in between the beat. Then I'm going to add in snare drum from the head of the guitar. And at that beat, I'll be playing a trained beat on the snare drum located with no drumsticks in my hand. So
Okay, I'm completely lost. Go ahead.
now the bounce. And add in the snare drum from the head. Yes.
Wow.
It was like a
Going
train
on there.
taking.
That sounds like some kid you gave drums to a week after Christmas. Very complicated. We're going to come back with more. When we come back, I'm going to have you play us in, if that's okay, and we'll give you the instructions. Happy anniversary, Josh.
Thank you so much. This
Celebrating 6 years of Josh. You said your favorite thing was a one-man band.
I'm ecstatic,
We got
yes.
the Rolls Royce of one-man
You
bands.
certainly did.
Number one.
And maybe we could... Oh, wait a minute. I just thought of this. Pat, a duet.
Oh,
I don't know if I can
Let's get
compete
one of
with
the
this.
classics.
You don't have to compete. You just have to.
He's a good guitar player. He can play along. So get yourself in tune.
Yeah.
We'll get this organized. Okay. I'll be right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Keep us with you at all times. Get the Bob and Tom app now at your app store. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Renee Hicks has joined us in the studio.
Morning, Renee.
Good morning.
Quite the sportswoman, I can
Oh,
tell
yes,
from your
yes, yes. And we were
conversation.
talking about the WNBA. I just want to know, like, will there be, like, feminine hygiene commercials, like, sponsoring it? Because I think those things got to go. They're just too damn nasty. I mean, they got to stop. They got to stop talking about women's genitalia. I mean, and these women talking about douche. We don't do that, men. We don't go to the beach talking about douche.
You don't?
You know? No, we don't. And see, I never want to see a black woman do that.
Mhm.
Because you know they would have her just acting crazy, just walking along going, oh, girl, I ain't seen you in a... Damn, Shaniqua, is that you stinking like that, girl? Well, you need to douche your nasty ass. There's a whole family of seagulls following your nasty ass. Damn.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
No matter how hard I try, can't keep my hands off my face.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. 26 years ago, modern rock fans were in a tizzy when Metallica was named headliner for Lollapalooza. Well, Metallica returned to headline Lollapalooza in Chicago last night, along with Lil Baby, Jasmine Sullivan, and Billy Strings. Lollapalooza continues through Sunday. Amy Grant is in stable condition in a hospital after a bike accident Wednesday. She's expected to be released later this week. The nature of her injuries not disclosed. However, Grant was wearing a helmet, and she urges fans to do the same when they ride. And it looks like those of you who love Choco Taco may not be going down without a fight. Aficionados of the Klondike ice cream bar have gone on social media to try to get the nostalgic treat back into freezers after parent company Unilever announced it was retiring it. So far, the online pleas haven't helped, but one of the co-founders of Reddit, who's a multimillionaire, is trying to use cold hard cash to melt the heart of Unilever. He says he'd buy Choco Taco from the firm and release it himself. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee, more of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like us dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Rick Schrader is our guest. Rick is a newly married new dad.
Yes, I have a 4-year-old daughter now, she's a doll. Her name's Maya, and she's beautiful, but I'll tell you, she's fallen under the sway of the evil purple one.
You mean...
Yes, Barney. That's
Barney the dinosaur?
Every morning, I love you. I haven't digested a breakfast in a year for listening to Barney on the those amazing robot Stepford like children they have surrounding him and the realistic portrayals of kids. Now, hey Barney, let's clean our room and then pray. They get these kids. Off the Mouseketeers directly to Barney, and it's amazing. The kids love Barney.
Mm-hmm.
They love him.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be the next Waco type disaster. Barney and his followers in a Quonset hut outside Dallas. Sharing means caring, Billy. So strike the match. Next thing you know, polyurethane Barney suit goes up like tinder. I point this out because I care.
Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Pizza Hut, apparently, is going to start delivering cold beer along with their food.
No kidding.
What? They started the testing beer delivery program in Phoenix, Arizona.
And it passed with flying colors.
Yeah, everyone took it.
Yeah.
So how do you prove that you're of legal age?
The company told Fortune magazine it plans to expand that.
I'd like a large pizza, please.
And 40 beers.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
As I continue to work, with these people and certain occasions will come up, like Shatner, of course, I've been doing for many, many years. And so now there's another level of our relationship where he's invited me to his home for Monday Night Football and that sort of thing. And I'm a huge, huge fan of his. You have to understand. So anything is surreal. But let me tell you,
Monday Night Football.
You
Shatner,
haven't lived till you've seen William Shatner staring at the TV screen in the crunch of a Monday Night Football moment and see Captain Kirk say, "Stick 'em." It really is a surreal moment.
Man.
Hello. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Monday and Tuesday.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
Although we're having a performance here in the studio. There's Josh Arnold.
Hey, Chick.
We're celebrating Josh's 6th anniversary. Is that right?
My goodness, that's right.
There's Ace Cosby. There's Willie Griswold. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
That's nice. All right. 6 years of Josh Arnold on the Bob and Tom Show, and Josh let it out a while back that you really wanted to have a one-man band to celebrate this anniversary.
Yes.
As we celebrate the months of summer that we celebrate Josh's 6th year, several months. It's a long celebration, but we have brought in the famous one-man band Mark Dobson, MARC. You'll find him at markdobson.com. Mark happens to be taking a break. He'll be at the Claremont County Fair outside Cincy coming up today and tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And I don't think Mark knows this. Well, let me first reintroduce Mark. He is playing a guitar. He has a sort of a backpack-like thing with
9.1 instruments at once.
Yes, it's got it's sort of a tambourine, different types of cymbals. He's got a harmonica belt with a harmonica, a bass drum, of course.
Yes.
And to operate all these things, he's standing, and then if you were watching, he kind of has to kick his legs. Can you show me once again?
Pulleys.
I'm just walking.
You walk, that hits the bass drum?
Yeah. And then I let go of the tension. If I go back, I don't hit anything. So I have to stay standing to hit it. That's how come these...
Did you hire an aerospace consultant to do some of this stuff?
No.
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think there's a handbook for this.
No, I wouldn't.
A lot of trial and error.
But it's kind of a Rube Goldberg-like device.
Sure.
Are there other guys or gals that do the one-man, one-person, whatever you want to call it, band thing that are stealing your ideas? Or do you guys get together and talk about how to continue to do this art?
30 seconds. Here we go. Approximately since the first documented one-man band, the Pied Piper in the late 1400s.
Oh, okay.
There's been around 1,200 one-man bands. Dave Harris, who wrote the book, got to 1,200, and I think he stopped counting around 10 years ago. And when I started 10 years ago, there is no manual. However, you can copy things from other points in life. You know, I didn't invent how a screw worked, but there's a lot of screws in there. There's different things. And so 10 years ago, I copied and then made better what I saw, and now I see guys all over the world attempting to copy what I'm doing.
Okay. How heavy is that rig, if you will?
Around 34 pounds, and it's been through 43 revisions.
Okay.
Then do you look at bicycle technology to see if you can make it lighter?
No.
Have you ever been doing this and some aerospace engineer guy walked up and said,
Yes.
I can shave 10 pounds?
Yes. I live on the space coast of Florida, and some Boeing engineers were having dinner one day where I was working. They said, hey, we're engineers at Boeing. You want to come over and explain how that works?
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Well, I'd like you to do. I'm going to make a request, and I did not warn you about this, but you're probably not aware of the fact that Josh Arnold, he is celebrating 6 years here in the Bob and Tom
Thank you very
Show.
much.
Josh is a wonderful scat artist, if you will.
Oh my!
I think we all know the worst example of scatting in the history of music is Sinatra going doobie doobie doo.
Well, it's got its place.
No,
so
it's soul free. It's awful. Whereas there are many other fine, but I don't think anyone approaches Josh. Would you like to some kind of bluesy, Josh? Would that be the best way?
Sure. Yeah.
If one man band Mark Dobson, if you could give us kind of a blues thing and
12-bar swing in G.
Okay. Dabble, snits, and a flurzel be day. A rim-bong, doodle, and a ripple-dee-way. Zip, zaps, middles, and a flurzel blats, and hip, harp, hibbity-dip. Credit, oh, rip-bong, flizzle, rondity-bar. Rop, zip, zarzle, and a hip-hop-ha! Mark Dobson, everybody.
Josh Arnold, everybody.
Yeah, Christy. Oh, I couldn't have done it without him.
bound for the hit parade.
That was
You
amazing.
forget that it's a one-man band. It's like, what a great band.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, that's just one guy in the instrument.
And you can see us live on YouTube if you're so inclined. You have got to see this.
Now, part of me was secretly hoping that this would be intolerable, that it would be that it would just be this cacophony,
And it would be horrible, and Tom would be mad.
But it's actually quite good.
Yeah, I mean, usually there's way too much like cymbal and a lot of but no.
Mark, you mentioned 1200 in history potentially.
That's where Dave got. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a concrete.
So 1200 plus. Do you have? Is there a one-man band out there that inspired you more than others?
Yeah, Bernard from Italy, and he no longer plays, but he had the snare drum. So a common thing. All right, we'll go one-man band stuff. The American style is the guy sitting down and playing the drums. This is the European style.
This is my favorite style. I like the European style.
And so a common thing that many guys have done is just taken a hi-hat and stuck it through the bass drum, and then they have boom, right? But Bernard in Italy, that guy, he put the snare drum up there, and then he had... That sounds like a drum kit, right?
It sure does sound like a drum kit.
Yeah.
Josh, you're having so much fun, it's making me a little bit angry. Since you're smiling so much, it's frustrating.
This would be really handy during a comedy show. He could stand on stage.
Well, I don't want to be. I couldn't follow.
Your own rim
I
shot?
couldn't follow.
No, I'm thinking the rim shot.
Yeah.
A live rim
Because
shot?
oftentimes I do need to let people know.
Well, but unfortunately, technically, I don't have a rim shot. There's no stick on the rim.
It's still pretty strong.
All right.
Try it again.
Yes.
Oh, that'll work.
Would that be annoying after?
Well, I think my act sometimes does require something to let people know a punchline just occurred.
A little cue for the audience.
Yeah.
Cue the punchline.
There you go. Yeah.
Being mocked by a one-man band.
On your anniversary.
Yeah.
So, are most of your gigs? I know you're doing a fair right now in Cincinnati, the Claremont County Fair. Are most of your gigs fairs? Or
Yes.
I imagine you don't get a lot of requests for funerals.
Well, I mean, you see a lot. Funerals, the big thing, of course, are the bagpipes.
Right.
Very big.
Can you play Amazing Grace on one-man band kit?
Oh, please do.
Yes. I know I'm a lifelong musician, and I've been honored to celebrate many lives and play Amazing Grace. Oh, I've never played it on this.
Oh, come on. Give it a shot.
Okay. Well, give it a shot. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound.
It's great. It's good.
As long as they don't see you.
Right. You're not marching around the casket. Handing a widow a flag.
I was blind, but now I'm hired to sing on Bob and Tom.
Now do taps.
I think, I honestly think that I could see someone for the funeral for the right type of person.
I could see it.
You're exactly. They'd say, hey, listen, this is going to be great because you've got the American flags.
Right.
You could do a great veteran that had a sense of humor.
I'm accepting deposits.
Once again, you can find out what Mark can or can't do. MarkDobson.com, and it's M-A-R-C. He's going to stay with us for a little bit longer.
Okay.
Looking forward to it. Have you talked to him, Pat? You guys?
No, but I have an idea. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Good.
Okay,
we can do something.
Okay, great. Certainly looking forward to a duet. Whereas I guess doing a duet with a one-man band kind of kills the whole one-man band. What a dumb idea this is. But that's what we're going to do. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP and get your Bob and Tom fix 24/7. Get all the info in the VIP area at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Now, this is exciting. Thank you very much for being here. You're on the Albert Brooks Show. And what is it you do for a living?
I do radio, actually.
Really?
Yes.
You do radio?
Yes.
That's incredible. So that's exciting. All right, we'll be right back. Come on! You do radio. This is a television show. Nobody cares. Help me help. You go back to your table. You have a life. My career's in the toilet. And then big smiles. Welcome back. We were kidding off the air. She's a killer, this one. So you were telling me before that you do radio.
Yes.
That's exciting. What do you do actually in radio?
I do news.
You do news?
Yes.
Really?
I'm a newsreader.
You are a newsreader.
Yes.
I didn't know. That's
Yes.
great. We'll be right back. Come on! You read the news.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like Bud, some like Schmitz, but for me, it's
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Usually on a quiz show, there's only one right answer to a question, but the producers of Jeopardy have decided there are two correct answers to a question people have been asking since Alex Trebek died in 2020. Who should take over as host of the show? Well, the dual answer now, Mayim Bialik and Ken Jennings. Producers say they'll continue to serve as permanent rotating hosts. An announcement made by Jeopardy executive producer Michael Davies says Bialik and Jennings give the show two outstanding hosts with their own fan bases who can attract new fans and hold on to traditional viewers of the game show. The rotation between the two will begin with the new season in September. They both have signed contracts agreeing to the deal, and we have two new hosts of Jeopardy. Congratulations to them both. In other news, the Federal Reserve on Wednesday raised its benchmark interest rate by a hefty 0.75 of a point for a second straight time in its most aggressive drive in more than 3 decades to try to tame high inflation. The Fed's move will raise its key rate, which affects many consumer and business loans, to a range of 2.25% to 2.5%, its highest level since 2018. Chairman Jerome Powell gave mixed signals about the Fed's next moves. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Authorities in Florida are saying officers arrested a man on a DUI after he drove an electric sit-down scooter in a Walmart while drunk.
What?
The 39-year-old was driving a Walmart scooter around the store with an opened bottle of Smirnoff vodka.
That's right.
Clearly visible in a backpack he'd placed in the scooter basket. The man was swaying in the scooter, running into shelves, and nearly struck other customers.
Where's the $5 DVD bin?
The man had to be taken.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Boy, better get up, get some exercise.
Well, let's get a serious tip from you. When you get pulled over for a traffic thing, what's your suggestion? What do you do?
Just be polite.
Yep. Yeah, I can.
If you say yes or no, sir, more than likely you're going to get off unless you just run into a jerk. And
You're not supposed to get out of the car, right?
No. You know the best thing to do, and what I always do at night, if they pull me over, I always flip on my dome light and put my hands on the. And they always say, "Oh, you've been arrested before." And I go, "No, I'm an ex-cop," and then all of a sudden everything just smooths.
Now, how do you prove you're an ex-cop? Do you have some kind of special signal?
I just say I make more money now.
And they know that you're.
They know I'm.
I see. Okay, good.
I'm so doing that, telling them I'm next cop.
You don't ever say you know a cop either.
Oh, really?
Because then the automatic response is, "Yeah, I know him. I hate him."
Oh,
well, they must know the same cop we know.
Wow, that's sad.
That's the automatic response.
Oh, really?
That's the worst thing you can say. But I got a friend that's a police officer.
So I have a free pass.
Yeah.
Right?
You can't pull me over.
I'm assuming I can go on with my life.
Hey, I give it the police fund. Does that help if I have the bumper sticker in the car?
No.
That's the first thing they look for.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Every drug dealer in the world has one of those.
Boy, you're a chump. You just paid for our last keg party.
The Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Might as well shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
No, Mike, we don't really know much about you.
I think my favorite show right now is The Osbournes on MTV. I feel that's the greatest. Because I was always a big Ozzy fan, like back in the day or whatever.
Black Sabbath?
Sure, yeah, all the Sabbath albums. But then the show comes out and you see him, and he's, shuffling around and yelling at his kids just like every other dad, Well, it's a little different, Listen, man, Jack, you got to get the trash on the curb by 9 in the morning, man. We'll just sit there, till the next time, the trash people come around. I can't have trash sitting around. He's yelling about trash, man. I can't deal with this,
He's the Prince of Darkness.
I know, yeah. It's like, it's just like, I spent all day cutting out these coupons, man. I'm not spending $5 on, freaking grape nuts,
Hey, man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room. You're listening to Mark Dobson, the one-man band. There's Josh Arnold. Yeah. There's Ace Cosby. Manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
That's right. Now, we often have a house band come in and do the various transitional components of the show.
Not anymore, baby.
The so-called interstitial music. I know Duke's coming in soon, and then I believe the Black Moods are going to be here in just a couple of weeks.
Cool.
But today our interstitial music is provided by a one-man band. It's just one guy over there. It's Mark Dobson, M-A-R-C, markdobson.com. He is actually working today and tomorrow at the Claremont County Fair outside Cincinnati. And he tours the whole country, tours Canada with his one-man band show. Are you usually playing outdoors, typically?
Yes.
Okay.
That's where the fair buyer views my asset, and I can go all across the fair. I don't need a stage. I don't take up a space. So I just go through, and there's the value.
No, I know you take requests. What is the most requested song for a one-man band artist?
That's a good question. No, it's still the classic. Freebird!
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Love that. Really?
Yeah. And so I have a bit from playing in bars. If somebody would yell out, I would go, "Okay, sir, pick a number, Josh."
7.
7. So you have to drink 7 drinks now before I play Freebird.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. But now I transferred that to fairs where they have to eat whatever is around me. If it's a corn, and it was a corn dog at the North Carolina State Fair many years ago. Kid ate 4 corn dogs. And as I started to play Freebird, he puked. It was awesome.
Can I follow you around as an excuse to drink 9 beers?
I guess I got to do it. You got to hear Freebird. Yeah. Okay, now, Pat.
Yeah?
Did you guys work anything out? Once again, Pat Godwin
he's so good. I think he can.
Is in the performance room. I'd like to see a duet, a one-man band
something
plus
for Josh. Yeah. How about Brown Eyed Girl for Josh? I know he loves that song.
I do. Yeah.
Right. Mark with a C. You know that one, right?
Right.
Original key.
Yes.
All right. Follow me. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
One more time, Mark. One more time. There you go. Hey, what did we do? Days before Josh came. Down in the dumps, right, Tom?
Yeah.
Playing a new game. Bob retired. Hey. Skipping and a jumping. A big time morning show. Our hearts are thumping because of you. Our Joshy boy.
Oh, that's so nice.
You, a Joshy boy. Here we go. Do you remember when 6 years ago? Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Yeah, just like that, Joshy, baby. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Now a little scat for Josh on the chorus. Come on.
Skip, scap, scuttle, beep, bop, boodle, bobber, doozy, bang.
Just like that.
People. Hip, hip, bong, do, snuff, flitzer, ring, bob, a gerbil day. Rapunzel.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah. Give us some flavor. Do you remember when 6 years ago? Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, Josh, your boy. One more time. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Oh my gosh! How about that?
I love Josh Day.
You guys.
A little Josh anniversary song.
Wow.
Glad to have you here, Josh.
Thank you so much for having me. My gosh, it's meant the world to me. It really has.
Mark Dobson on the everything. The guitar, the harmonica, the snare, the hi-hat. He's a one-man band.
He's terrific. He's the one-man band.
Yes.
That's right.
This is absolutely amazing. We are certainly enjoying this. I'm going to ask you to do something special here. Once again, Mark, I have not prepped you on this. We have something called the Ace Cosby Joke of the Day. Now, it has a set intro and a set outro, if you will. Rather than I'm going to do something a little different today. I will play the standard intro, but the outro will be, we hope, a rim shot.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to point because it's not always obvious.
Well, no, it's not only obvious, and he wants to control it as much as he can. Yeah.
Well, I think you'll agree with me that the point of departure where one leaves the punchline and joins in the laughter sometimes is unclear. Would you accept that as a premise?
I would absolutely.
So, Ace, are you ready? So, no, when I point, we need your rim shot. You ready? Okay. Well, once again, Mark Dobson, the one-man band. Now we'll have the standard intro, Ace.
Okay.
So here we go.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
I had my first date last night. Is that right? A really underrated fruit.
Oh, first date. His first date. He ate a date.
Yeah.
He ate a date.
Josh, now, I can see where you might be confused when he said underrated fruit.
Underrated fruit.
Yeah. I didn't know if he was.
Yeah, it's very complicated.
Yeah.
The joke hit, my dad pointed to cue him and then still played the outro music.
That's because I wanted to cover up the silence. The air was leaving the room.
I had to think about it for a minute.
I do cerebral humor.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll buy that. Also, we have been talking about things maybe the grandpa, grandma said to you. Old phrases from back in the day. This is Stu from Wisconsin. When something didn't go well, his dad would say, well, at least it's better than standing naked under a wet sheet on a cold day.
He's not wrong, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like one of those farmer sort of practical. Now, this is interesting. Reed said his father would say, referring to a race car driver, he couldn't drive a hot nail up a snowman's ass. That paints a picture. Huh. You agree?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
Very
makes
colorful.
the list. Makes the checklist. Dear Idiots and Christy writes, Richard, my dad used to say, if she was hauling ass, she'd have to make 2 trips.
Oh.
Not really kind there.
No.
I'm not endorsing any.
Oh, large buttocked woman.
My dad would say it's hotter than 2 rats screwing in a wool sock underneath a wood stove.
Descriptive.
Yeah. This is Bob, by the way, from Hatley, Wisconsin. I'm busier than a whore on Dollar Day.
I've heard that one.
Man.
There's a Dollar Day?
I don't know, but I've heard that saying.
There was once.
Inflation and all.
Here's one I have heard. My grandpa would see a girl with an ugly face and a perfect body, and he'd call her Butterface.
Yeah.
He'd call her that?
Yeah.
In front of her
Not
face?
to her face.
Everything looks good,
Good
Butterface.
yeah.
Okay. These are mean. Oh, I've heard this one before. Justin says, while traveling in Florida, my grandfather and I stopped at a restaurant for dinner. The food was great, so was the service. Our waitress was very nice, but several of her teeth were missing. My grandfather said she has summer teeth.
Yeah.
I said, what? He goes, summer there, summer not. Okay, went down that road. Here's one from Susan in Somerville, South Carolina. My father would say at least once a day, you ain't got the brains God gave a rat.
Wow.
Well, some of these are, again, we get to the mean stuff.
Salting to the rat.
We will.
Yeah, the rat's going, hey, what the hell? What'd I do?
We'll explore more of
I finished the maze.
Yes, Christy.
What?
I thought you said hey. Or was that?
I didn't say a word.
Was that Mark's thing?
I think I said hey in character as the rat.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I sound like a rat, do I?
Well, it had nothing to do with you.
Christy Lee is a rat.
A rat.
I'll tell
She
you
is a
one,
filthy
rat.
rat.
Always.
Well, she is a news gal. Let's get another news story in here before we move on.
Are you sure?
I don't think you are.
I don't think we don't have time.
Oh, okay.
He's the man's excited. We have a big morning going on.
What
a morning.
Could be I guess we're going to get a brighter light. or a bigger light.
color.
Can you see that at all, or is it just...
Yes, I was busy over here doing something, as you can
Just
see.
asking.
From our view, it looks like it's blocked by a
Yeah,
monitor.
it looks like it's right behind your monitor.
yeah.
I was being nice.
I can see
Trying
it.
to
I
find
think you,
Marcy's swing set. Guys, you're ruining my anniversary morning.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Napa Auto Parts.
It's all about Josh.
Or as Carrie writes, her dad would say, someone blew out her pilot light. I like that one. I'm sorry. What's happening over there now?
Napa Auto Parts? Okay, all right. Well, Napa's on a mission to keep you in motion.
I know that.
Yeah.
Do you know how many stores they've got?
A bunch.
6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores, over 17,000 Napa Auto Care Centers, meaning you're never far from quality products and the trusted service that you need to keep that ride, that car, that truck on the road. Find it by going to NapaOnline.com. You'll find the nearest Napa location. Once again, Napa's mission is to keep you in motion. The folks behind the counter there have something we call Napa Know-How. We've got a guy in here who knows how to play lots of instruments. He's Mark Dobson, the one-man band. We're going to be featuring Mark again when we come back. He's at the Claremont County Fair outside of Cincinnati today and tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll look forward to hearing from you shortly when we return. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. At over $1 billion, the Mega Millions jackpot is one of the largest lottery prizes ever. That makes it the latest focus of lotteries that have been held in the U.S. and around the world for centuries. Only 2 prizes have been larger than the massive jackpot that could be won tonight. Lotteries elsewhere in the world offer smaller payouts, though in other ways they're more integrated into life in other countries. Lotteries in the U.S. initially mirrored similar games in Europe. In 1776, one was created to actually help the Revolutionary War, and they do remain popular in Europe. Top U.S. health officials say our country's monkeypox outbreak can still be stopped despite rising case numbers and limited vaccine supplies. The Biden administration's top health official pushed back Thursday against criticism about the pace of the response. The government announced plans to begin shipping another 780,000 shots this week. Health authorities in San Francisco, New York, and other large cities say they still don't have enough vaccines to meet demand. And the New Mexico Department of Transportation is getting an F in spelling over the letter R. That's right. The R was missing on a road sign pointing drivers toward Albuquerque. And lest you think people might not have noticed, think again. Motorists along Route 66 and I-40 did double takes when they caught the typo. The mistake also launched a flurry of phone calls and emails to state officials. By the way, that error has since been fixed. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 7 hours. No, 27 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time and saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
Time now for great moments in NFL history.
The year 1976. The place, Miami, Florida. It was Super Bowl 10, and America was celebrating her bicentennial. The national anthem that year was performed by famous blind entertainer Tom Sullivan. Let's listen to this rare recording of his pre-game performance.
Oh, say, can you see?
Mr. Sullivan.
What?
You're not on the microphone. Take 3 steps forward.
Oh, okay. It's this. Oh. By the dawn's early light.
While organizers were applauded for their support of people with disabilities, fans and critics alike agreed that a stage 12 feet off the ground was a particularly bad idea.
A little help now.
This has been great moments in NFL history.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Comedian John Campanera. Bob grew up in Los Angeles.
Vin Scully was my man.
Is that something that you did?
Vin Scully is funny because he's one of these announcers that loves to read lips.
Wait a minute, here comes Tracy out of the dugout. He's in the umpire's face. It appears he wants to take the ump to Fuddruckers after the game.
You know what makes me laugh is Skip Carey, Harry's son. He does the Atlanta Brave games.
Sure.
I listen to this guy when I can't sleep. And Chipper Jones takes one on the outside, 3-1 on Chipper Jones. Don't forget all week long, we got the best of the Duke right here on TBS. John Wayne right here on TBS. There's a long fly ball. Looks like that's out of here.
I love that.
And you know, Harry's going, I can't believe that's my son. You know, Harry would get excited over the dumbest stuff. Hey! Check out the kid in the sombrero.
Are the stars out tonight? I don't care if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I'm blind.
I
fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's program.
To the Bob and Tom Show, Christy Lee at the news desk. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hey, Chickie.
There's Ace Cosby. Willie Griswold over there. Woo! I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
That's the sound of our special band, Mark Dobson, the one-man band, MARC, markdobson.com. Find out more. And got some letters for you, Mark. Oh. Actually. And he is playing all the instruments, by the way.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
We should point that out. And we are streaming this live on YouTube as we speak, if you want to get a look-see. Dear Retributes and Christie, I live 10 minutes from where the Claremont County Fair is held. I have never been to it.
Okay.
I have to go.
Yes, you must.
To see Mark Dobson's one-man band.
Make sure.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah, say hi to Mark. Tell him you heard him here.
Now, we asked Mark if he would play Amazing Grace.
Mm-hmm.
He's never done that before for a funeral.
Uh-huh.
Got this from John, J-O-N. I'm only 37, he writes.
Yes.
If I pass away before Mark Dobson,
yes,
I want him to play at my funeral.
Yeah, you and me both.
Dancing around my casket.
Meaning I want him to play at my funeral, not John's.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
It came out weird.
I will leave the money for him in my will.
This isn't a joke. My grandma's listening this morning, and she texted me, love the one-man band, want him for my last get-together, in quotes.
Yes!
Yes.
Maybe get a whole new branch of your act here, Mark.
Sure.
Is it insensitive to play Candle in the Wind on one of those things? Or you think that folks would get a kick out of that?
I don't know. Too much information. Sorry.
So we have one of the funnest things in life here in the studio, and you want to focus on funeral arrangements. Is that what you're...
No,
what he's doing.
I was one. No, because...
It's time we put the fun back in funeral.
I'd like him to do my funeral. Do you have next Saturday open?
Wait, Pat, that's not good for me. Can we bump it to next week? Is that okay?
We can.
What are you doing this afternoon?
Now, we'll get back to Mark. I believe, are we ready for our special segment? Yeah, there we go.
Oh, all right.
We're joined by Jeff Oskey.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Jeff.
Jeff Oskey over at the Failed to Mention News Desk. It's Josh's anniversary today. 6 years, Josh. So I'm doing a Failed to Mention all to our good friend Josh.
Oh, my Jeff, my gosh. Thank you.
Well, I'd wait before you. So we give you a lot of the news. We don't give you all the news. So I'm here to give you the Josh news that we failed to mention.
Now, here's Jeff Oskey with what you failed to mention news. Pew, 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 pew.
It's Josh's 6th anniversary. What you failed to mention, luckily for Josh, the gift for the 6th anniversary is gravy.
Oh,
gravy.
I enjoy gravy on many foods.
Gravy. Josh likes to fish. He loves fishing for bass. What you failed to mention, that explains the gas, ass, or bass sticker on the back of his car.
That's right.
I didn't understand that.
Gas, ass, or bass. Josh refers to himself as half fat in his stand-up comedy act. What you failed to mention, his fellow stand-up comic brethren refer to him as half funny.
I thought it was going to be half act.
Oh, that's even better, Willie. Son of a... Tom likes to make out Josh to be a chronic masturbator.
That's right.
What you failed to mention, Tom, I believe you're pronouncing masticator incorrectly. He's a chronic masticator. That's right. I'm calling you fat.
I thought maybe that's what
Fancy
you were doing.
name for chewing. For chewing.
Josh likes wearing Dickies brand shirts.
Mm-hmm.
What you failed to mention, I asked him which of the Dickies shirts was his favorite, to which he replied, "Oh, any Dickie will do." Which I also overheard him say from the stall at the truck stop the other day in Iowa. Any Dickie will do.
Very, very detailed.
I will sometimes partake in homosexual activity.
Josh knows a lot of porn stars' names. What you failed to mention, some of the porn stars even know his name. They needed to in order to file the restraining order. Some of them know him by Josh, but most of them just call him by his legal name, Defendant. Josh is a horror movie fan and buff. What you failed to mention, if you really want to scare yourself, Josh, throw yourself a private screening of your cholesterol levels.
Wow.
Gosh, Jeffrey.
Hello. Big boy. Coming in hot, baby. Josh considers himself a thorough and generous lover.
Mm-hmm.
What you failed to mention, just because you pay the lady when you're done doesn't make you generous.
So mean. But tipping her does.
Yes. Josh used to dress up and play the Rooster Foghorn Leghorn back when he worked at Six Flags. What you failed to mention, I say, playing a big old cock probably came quite easy to you, son. Huh? All right.
Pejorative use of the term.
And finally, Josh takes me on the road a lot, opening for him. He pays for everything. He takes me out to dinner after the shows. He always drives. What you failed to mention, I just realized I'm dating Josh, and I'm the bitch. I'm Jeff Oskey, and this has been the Josh News that you failed to mention.
Thank you, Jeff. Very good.
You didn't know this was going to be a Josh roast, did you?
I couldn't have loved it more.
It was great.
Now, and once again, we are celebrating Josh's 6 years here on the Bob and Tom Show.
Oh, it's so sweet, guys. Thank you.
And Josh had mentioned that his favorite thing was a one-man band, and we dug up a one-man band, and he's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's Mark Dobson. And once again,
He's ready to go.
He's over there itching to play something. Do you do any one-hit wonder songs? Any you can think of that bands that?
Well, I can't stop this feeling. That was a one-hit wonder, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For a few people, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you said the most requested song you get is Skinnerd.
Of course.
This is I guess the fair. Do you get any Pink Floyd?
Oh, how would you do that?
It's starting to calm down, but right.
Yes. I could see a Money version done on a one-man band with the cymbal here.
Yeah. But now you present the challenge. So Money is a song in 7/4.
Yeah.
And so as one-man band, we really like going 1, 2,
Sure.
3, multiples of 2. You go into 7. Oh, it's trippy.
The reason I bring up Pink Floyd, they're in the news today, sort of.
Oh, God.
You know they're my favorite band.
They are?
Yeah, all-time favorite.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You ever seen them?
I've seen Waters. And I've seen. I mean, there are some terrific Pink Floyd endorsed cover bands out there too that are just wonderful.
Waters out on tour right now.
Yeah, I've seen him twice.
The Floyd in the news.
It has nothing to do with being on tour.
Oh.
Spanish archaeologists have named Europe's oldest human fossil Pink after the legendary English rock band Pink Floyd. According to Newsweek, the remains of the ancient hominid dating back 1.4 million years were unearthed in northern Spain earlier this year. The team who discovered the facial fragments said the name they gave to the fossil, Pink, is an homage to Pink Floyd in the band's 1973 album Dark Side of the Moon.
How about that?
How about that?
It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
So they'll live forever.
This is the second time that I know of that archaeologists have named something after. When they first found Easter Island, they called those Roger Waters busts. But they changed it to...
That is a great joke. For those of you that have seen Mr. Waters, he has a rather
long face,
carved, handsome in his own way.
Rugged look.
Yeah. Well, that's great. So anyway, that's our Pink Floyd connection for today. And Mark, maybe next time you can learn the Money song. A little tricky, apparently, for the one-man band.
Thank you for the challenge.
Rhythmically. Would you have to walk 3 steps, then hop one?
Something like that.
What are you doing? Ask him to play something he knows, not try to hit on something that he doesn't play.
You know our Tom. He makes everything complicated.
Bless America.
Yes.
Tom's working his way towards one-man band. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
He got puppets of us, and I think his dream is just to have the puppets of us in here with him, and he can just do his own thing, kind of freestyle.
We come in once a month, record the audio, and then we leave.
Would you have like a string to all of our faces and you would just pull them?
No, I'd hire someone to do that.
Yeah, no, like his elbow is when Josh
Right, his
talks.
elbow.
With
Yeah.
me, it's a finger
Yeah.
point.
Oh, I see.
Christy, it's hand up.
Sure, like a one-man
I got a
band.
guy.
With Godwin's scissors.
The one-man puppet band. Once again, did I mention that you're going to be at the Claremont County Fair coming up? And what is the oldest song you play?
It was probably that Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Really?
Somewhere Over the Rainbow is pretty old.
Either that or All of Me might be older. I don't know. By Fred Astaire is the original.
Oh, can we hear that? I probably should have asked you.
All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take these arms, I won't use them. Take these lips, I'll never use them. So take all of me.
Very nice.
Do you know Inagata Devita?
Now that is also a very common request from only a specific generation.
Because that's got
folks don't ask for that.
Dirtbags?
Dirtbags and pains in the ass.
Old jerks is what I call it.
That is that famous drum solo.
Yeah,
Sure.
Do you play any drum solos? Do you have any?
Yeah, so here we go. Indiana, let me take a moment here and switch this harmonica. All right. I'll give you a song with a drum solo with a Heart of America.
I would think with a drum solo you could just take out the harmonica.
Well, I just want in the right key. All righty, so here we go. You ready? It's about 1 minute. Drum solo. Well, that's some of us, but not all.
That is great.
I'm just mad that you didn't say second on chili dogs at the Tasty Freeze. That's my favorite.
Wow, that is great. Once again, Mark Dobson, the one-man band. That actually leads us to an interesting story because...
You just kind of forget that he has to walk around to do the drums.
Yeah.
Once again, we're streaming this on YouTube so you can see how crazy this looks. We do have a story that involves the Hoosier State.
Yes.
And kind of, sort of alludes to the movie Hoosiers.
All right.
A little bit, yeah.
It involves
Hold on a second.
Who wouldn't want to have a house that had a built-in basketball court?
Yeah, well, a spacious 11,000 square foot residence is on the market, actually, in Indiana. It's half house, half basketball court. According to the Indy Star, the house is the former Wilkinson High School gym built in 1950.
Godwin, you've stayed at a half house, right? Oh, that was a halfway. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
This gym has since been converted into a space with 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, a great room, playroom, and very spacious kitchen with the court line still clear. I looked at this on Zillow a minute ago, but during the break, you can actually see where they built it around half court, so you can see the actual floor of the gym. So you could, I guess, you could take shots into your kitchen sink.
Yeah, I'm looking at the kitchen right now, and you can see the floor of the old
Yeah.
high school gym here.
It was listed for $299,000. Roy Wilson, the listing agent with FC Tucker, said there's been a flood of interest in the house. Lots of showings, already 3 offers, and a sale is currently pending.
And I should point out that half of the gym is still
intact.
A gym.
Yeah.
With a hoop
With the bleachers.
Did you see the bleachers on the side?
The home is just 8 miles from the gym in Knightstown, where portions of the movie Hoosiers were filmed.
I see.
So that's the connection.
You could use the shot clock during sex, Josh.
Well, remember, I'm on anxiety meds. That I'll run out the clock.
maybe the scoreboard.
It's a foul.
Wow, but this would be so cool.
It is pretty cool.
Everybody'd want to come over to your house.
They have great parties in there.
Sure, you've got your own gym right there.
Yep.
And it's for sale, but like you said, an offer pending. So.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. All right.
Looks like it. Look, that'd just be so much fun. I'd like that. I'd like that a lot.
Where's the rest of the school? Is it?
The school's over.
The school's gone.
So
and
they
it's
just
the
kept that
gym.
one portion and built the
Yeah.
house?
I assume the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be.
Unless the school was very, very tiny.
What a great question. What about the students that went to the school? Where are they?
I would like to know about the
Do they
people.
have concessions are still there or no?
Yeah.
Okay, now I want to see.
What about the
Consolidated
playground?
into
What
a
about
big
that
county
playground
school?
equipment?
We
Where's
got
that?
books, huh?
Boy,
Books,
boy,
don't
oh
you, nerd?
boy. Somebody's jealous about my special day.
Yeah. Okay, well, we got to slow everything down. Actually,
1/5 of the time I've been here, at least 1/5.
Yeah, we're celebrating Josh's 6th year, but we're going to slow everything down. It's getting confusing in here. If you drive over the speed limit by a little or a lot, you can hurt someone. Speeding catches up with you. Please slow down. Paid for by NHTSA, reminding you to drive the speed limit and be careful out there. Coming up, we have another special treat. We're going to be talking with comedian Dave Williamson.
All right.
Who famously tours the country with his family in an RV.
Cool.
So we'll look forward to talking with Dave. Also, I wanted to ask our guest, the one-man band, I assume you play some Beatles songs?
Yes.
Because we are famous on this show for talking about the Beatles too much.
All right.
And Chick gets very... Do you have a favorite Beatles song, Chick? Do you have one you really like?
I like a lot of them, actually.
What's your favorite Beatles song, Mark?
I like the song that I think about my childhood.
Oh.
Yeah, because my mother would always call out my name when I had runs of the mouth. I talked too much, right? And so my mother would always call out. She'd go, shh. Here come on, flat top, he come. Creeping up slowly, he got juju eyeballs, he won. Holding on, he got head down to instincts. Hold your ears up till you can feel us to see. Come together, right now, over me.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's 9.1 instruments coming together via Mark Dobson.
The one-man band. Okay, I got kind of a...
That's my favorite Beatles song.
When we... I think maybe we can try this.
What?
This is a song we occasionally reference. It's got a very unusual beginning. It's called Hooked on a Feeling by Blue Suede.
Yeah.
Remember that one? Do you know how that starts, Christy?
Ooga Chaka?
Ooga Chaka?
Yes.
Could we do the Ooga Chakas, do you think, when we come back? We'll rehearse it.
All right.
We'll do the Ooga Chakas for you when we come back. I think that'll be great. I'll remind you of a couple things. We are live on YouTube right now, so when we come back, you can watch the one-man band, Mark playing all the instruments. What is it, 11 and a half?
9.1.
There we go. That was close. We all
Although
get...
Mark in 11 and a half, there is a story there. But we'll,
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That'd be tricky. Coming up, we do have huge phalluses in the news, of all things. Really, we do. We have also an unusual story about pizza, which is appropriate for today, I think. Right now, I want to talk about life's twists and turns and how important it is to show up for yourself through it all. BetterHelp Online Therapy will assess your needs and can match you to your own licensed professional therapist in less than 48 hours. BetterHelp is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional therapy done securely online, and it's available to you wherever you are. You can log on to your account anytime, by the way, and send a message to your therapist. You can schedule weekly video or phone sessions. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to be. And getting therapy every week is as easy as a few clicks on your laptop or your phone. With therapy, you can take a few tries to find the therapist that's the right fit for you. And by the way, you can read the reviews if you go to betterhelp.com/reviews, testimonials from folks that have had some success using BetterHelp.com. Special offer for Bob and Tom Show listeners. You can get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/BT Show. That's 10% off your first month of online therapy at BetterHelp.com/BT Show. That's better, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/BT Show. Take good care of yourself. When we come back, we will attempt to invade the territory of the one-man band by doing a group sing-along. Ooga Chaka. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Chime in with an email. Send to Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. More of the Bob and Tom Show next.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Yes, I have been doing lots of research, and now if you tell me who your favorite band is or what your favorite movie is or even what your favorite book is, I can tell you what you are saying about yourself.
Okay, Christy, can we start with you? Do you mind? Christy,
All right,
Christy.
My favorite movie.
Road-
band,
is it
no
Roadhouse, did
movie.
we say?
Not Roadhouse.
Okay,
That's
not
the movie
Roadhouse.
that you can't turn away from.
Favorite movie?
My favorite movie.
Yes.
Breakfast at Tiffany with
Oh, my
Audrey
God.
Hepburn.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, boy, that's going to be a really mean one for me to start out on. I can
Ooh.
tell you what you're saying about yourself is I'm not nearly as cute as I think I am. That's what that says about you. It's awful. It's
okay.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I hate to start off on such a mean note.
I got you.
How about your favorite band, Christy?
Say Michael Bubble or
Can I
whatever.
say
the hell-
Maroon 5?
Sure,
Maroon
go ahead.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. If your favorite band is Maroon 5, what you're saying about yourself is, man, 10% off every purchase? This Gap credit card was the best decision ever.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Bob and Tom, all the time, in your ear.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Washington Commanders owner Dan Snyder testified for more than 10 hours yesterday before a congressional committee investigating the NFL team's history of workplace misconduct. Snyder gave a deposition to the U.S. House Committee on Oversight and Reform, conducted virtually and in private from his yacht. Snyder is in Israel and agreed to testify voluntarily rather than under the terms of a subpoena. The Arizona Cardinals have removed that addendum to quarterback Kyler Murray's $230.5 million five-year contract that mandated at least 4 hours of independent study during game weeks. In a statement yesterday, the team said after seeing the distraction it's created, we removed the addendum from the contract. And two people with knowledge of the deal say the Seahawks are expected to sign DK Metcalf to a 3-year contract worth up to $72 million, $58 million guaranteed. Major League Baseball winners yesterday in the American League: Baltimore, Boston, the Yankees, Toronto, Houston, and Texas. National League winners: Miami, Philly, the Dodgers, and San Francisco. And the WNBA last night, a full slate: Connecticut, Minnesota, Washington, and Phoenix all win. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you everything I touch turns to sold.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Now in theaters from Bob and Tom Pictures.
Hey, Christy, it's Rob. It's been a while. I was just thinking maybe we should give it another try. Call me later.
Christy, pick up. Hey, how you doing, girl? It's me. I'm back in town. Man, the West Coast sucked. Oh, come on, give me a call.
Hi, Christy. Hey, it's me. Remember me? Hey, I was looking at some old pictures of that time back in Tuscaloosa. When, I'm sure you remember. I'll call me.
From Bob and Tom Pictures, Christy Lee stars in The X-Men.
Hey, Christy, it's your favorite drummer. I'm in town playing for a new band called Saber. Call me.
Hey, Christy, it's me, Donnie Baker. Hey, I was cleaning out the boat and I found a pair of your, anyways, I think they're yours. Can we try it again, man? I got the motor fixed. I swear to God it works better. You ain't gonna have to row or nothing this time. Call my pager.
Christy Lee's X-Men, now showing every other weekend and Wednesdays if she's not too busy.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Mark Eubanks. Did you go to college down in...
I went to college in University of West Virginia, Morgantown, West Virginia.
Oh, really?
I was a mountaineer.
Really?
How about them ears?
Well, why would someone from Florida go to college in West Virginia?
Because you didn't have to be real smart to get into school there. Basically, showing up got you that piece of paper.
Valedictorian was a 2.0.
On the breathalyzer.
things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Like every time you get on a plane, they talk about the flotation seat. Like if you go down, if you crash in the ocean, then this seat will float. 2 planes out of 100 go overseas. 98 out of 100 stay right here. So if you want to make me happy, you show me a seat that's going to bounce out of a cornfield. That's what I want. This is what they got everything just confused.
On November 15th, 1864, Major General William Tecumseh Sherman began his famous March to the Sea. Sherman led his troops from Atlanta, Georgia, to the ocean port of Savannah. As he was leaving, Sherman set the city on fire, gutting 40% of it. Atlanta wouldn't be burned this badly again until they gave their franchise tag to Michael Vick.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
Josh Arnold celebrating his 6th anniversary here on the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you, chick.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Willie Griswold's here.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. That's our house band. Yeah, that's right. It's one guy. It's Mark Dobson. Mark with a C. Is your real name Marcus?
No, it's just Mark.
Mark with a C.
Yes.
Mark, my brothers and I go on fishing trips a lot, and I'm thinking of hiring you. My brothers would be in one boat, and you would be in a boat following us, just playing for us as we fished. Any thoughts?
Well, he'd have to be sitting in the boat. I don't think he could play.
He has to
stand. We stand when we fish.
Yeah, but the boat.
I have a very negative answer. Yeah. It sounds very boring, and it sounds dangerous.
Okay. Yeah, well,
and this is a very big boat.
I guess you'd hate money.
You just lost $20.
Yeah. I don't know. $20 is $20.
That's right.
Yeah, say goodbye to Mr. Finn.
He's going to offer you all you can eat what we catch.
Shore lunch.
Okay, thank you.
Mark is a one-man band and 9.1 instruments. Is that where we were?
Correct.
That's amazing. And Mark happens to be at the Claremont County Fair outside of Cincinnati today and tomorrow.
Right.
And are you on tour?
Yes.
Do you know where you're going next?
Yeah, next week is McLean County Fair, then back out to Iowa, to Des Moines, Adventureland. Then,
cool.
Big fairs I got coming up, Nebraska State Fair, South Carolina State Fair, Jacksonville Fair. Every year I'm at the Florida State Fair.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, it's got to be hot.
Sometimes it's hot, and sometimes it's not.
That's funny how that works sometimes.
Do you have a...
Do you have an umbrella that you put over your kit?
Thank you, Christy. I was just going to ask, because this rig you're wearing, it looks like it wouldn't be that hard to put one more pipe in there that would hold an umbrella.
It could, and provide some shade. But I wear a cowboy hat. So I'm wearing this hat now, but a good rim hat knocks around 10 degrees off. And I wear shorts, so I'm prepared for the heat.
Can you get rain in the cymbals and the drum?
No, I hide. I run away when it rains.
Okay, so you have to go indoors or stand in or something.
Have you ever seen the rain?
Singing in the rain.
Who'll stop the rain?
All right.
Is "who'll" a word?
Yeah, who will?
Okay, conjunction. Just asking.
Contraction.
Okay. Let's see.
Contraction.
We are going to. We're going to. You want to try to do a song with Mark?
Do we?
Yeah. I was looking at his roster of songs, all hits, by the way. There's a lot of really good.
Well, that's good.
Well, yeah.
You don't want to do crappy songs.
You don't think he's going to play anything from his new album, do you?
This roster, a lot of B-sides on this thing. My goodness.
You do some Elvis.
Yes.
Can you do a little Elvis for me? I just saw the Elvis movie.
Yeah.
How about In the Ghetto?
Wise men say only fools cry on national radio.
Thank you very much.
I can't help laughing at the fool crying on the national radio.
A little bit of the King.
Very nice.
All right.
A little bit of the King.
It's too good. You're way too good at what you do, Mark. I wanted this to be funny and embarrassing, and you're just incredible. You're professional. Thank you for coming.
Willie, I think we can ruin this for him by doing.
We can ruin anything. Yeah,
I have no doubt.
Is Hooked on a Feeling? That's kind of a one-hit wonder, right?
I think so.
I thought we already did one. Didn't we? Somebody already sang it, right?
He gave us a taste earlier, but Tom had an idea to make it more elaborate.
It begins with the
Hooga Chakas?
Hooga Chaka, hooga chaka, hooga chaka.
No, see, if we think we can do that, then he can kick it in.
Okay.
Is that going to work?
It probably won't, but we may as well try.
I can see I'm not getting full participation.
No, we're 100% behind you, boss.
But I have a story with the song.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, back in pandemic, we were all to stay inside, and I was in Florida. I didn't really stay inside. I ended up Target marketing senior living facilities, and I went and played outside them. I made a lot of news, including I was very proud. I was above DeSantis in the Florida newspaper.
Oh, wow. Sure. Exploiting the virus that attacked our nation. Yeah, go ahead.
But you were outdoors, so you were...
He was bringing joy to people who
He
were
wasn't
stuck
infecting
inside.
the residents.
No, of course not. No.
I was deemed essential staff by many senior living facilities, and I played outside. And with this song, what I would do if they were out on the balcony listening to me, I would ask the seniors to go back in. Sometimes it'd be very painful, slow, to go back in and grab a pot or a pan, and then come back outside and bang along to the song.
Oh.
It was very fun. There's video of that online on YouTube somewhere. But is everybody ready?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Got anything to bang, Josh?
Don't look at me.
Say your mom. Say your mom. Say your mom.
Yeah. All right.
No, I mean an object.
Hooga chaka, hooga, hooga, hooga chaka, hooga, hooga, hooga chaka. Stop this feeling. Hooga, 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 deep inside me. Girl, you just don't realize what you do. Straight face, come on.
Was that everything you'd hoped to do?
This is a great idea.
Let me know everything's all right. I'm hooked on the fever. I'm high on the fever. Joy and love. Here we go.
Yeah.
Got the feeling.
And we are hooked on markdobson.com.
Yes, we
where you
are.
can find out all about the one-man band.
Well, thank you very much. That was great. I always thought that song was Three Dog Night.
Oh,
It sounds
like
very. Yeah, I can see that.
Do you suppose that when they first had that song, the Ooga Chaka thing was in there?
There's two versions.
Well, the original does not have that. No.
B.J. Thomas, right? The first
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, that's been a hit for a couple.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm surprised you didn't know.
What a weird thing to do, to come in the studio and go, hey, that's a great song. But at the
We need
beginning,
an Ooga Chaka.
At the beginning, I want you to do this. They're probably all rolling their eyes going, what?
Yeah, very
A lot
strange.
of drugs back then.
Now, our young generation recognizes it from the movie Saving Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, Guardians of the
it's
Galaxy.
featured in there. So
Yeah, that's brought back a whole bunch of songs.
Yeah.
That Elvin
cassette
Bishop
player in the spaceship.
Which Elvin Bishop tune?
fooled around, fell in love.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that. I've always hated
You
that
hate
song.
that song?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why?
I hope Elvin's listening and knows.
I love that
Elvin did
Redbone
that.
song.
That's Mickey Thomas.
Yeah, that's
right,
great.
singing
Okay, well, whoever it is.
the guy
songs
from
before.
Starship.
Yeah. What's the
Can't-
Redbone song I love so much? I can't.
Oh, the bass song.
Yeah.
Bum, bum.
Come and Get Your Love.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Boom, 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 boom.
That's it.
That's it.
Look at that.
It's amazing how a good soundtrack can make people think they're watching a good movie.
Yeah.
If those movies were half as clever as they think they are, they might be watchable.
Wow.
That second one. Whew.
Wow, that second one was not good.
Is this because James Gunn got invited back to a Citizens of St. Louis celebrating thing?
Yep.
Is that what this was?
Yep.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
No, it was just that they brought him back instead of you, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, no, I don't care
He's
about
the son of St. Louis.
Now, once again, Claremont County Fair outside of Cincinnati. It's Mark Dobson today and tomorrow.
Yes.
And
Mark,
then
great.
Yeah, we really enjoyed this. Before you go, we sometimes play around with the Simon and Garfunkel song "Cecilia."
Yes.
Is that in your repertoire?
I need the couple.
And that
We do?
that notoriously has
When have we ever done that?
that has dozens and dozens of tracks, doesn't it? Like they're just overlaid over and over. Like
a lot
there are
of
just
percussion,
So
right?
many
Yeah.
instruments.
I was trying to think of something.
Josh,
Yes,
you're
sir.
thinking too much.
Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. That's the first time I've ever been told that.
Concept of one-man band. Don't overthink it.
Okay.
I like us so much, right?
Here we go. When he moves, this is amazing.
Cecilia, you're breaking my heart.
I have an idea for you. What about a small college hiring you that can't afford a good halftime band because they don't have enough people?
Yeah.
You could go out there and be the halftime show because you are marching.
Yeah.
You could be a one-man marching band for a very small college. Maybe Class D.
Don't drag me into this.
So you want to like Rock and Roll Part 2 and like Seven Nation Army, that kind of stuff? Is that what you're asking?
He could be a halftime show at a football game for a smaller college. Doesn't really have a band, don't you think? Do you know any classic halftime band songs?
Hey, thanks, Mark.
Came all this way. We really appreciated it.
We will rock. Okay, wrap it up.
Yes. Very good.
We're at the end of our road, Tom.
Okay, thank you very much. Hey, thanks, Mark.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
This has been just incredible. I'm overjoyed.
It's MARCDOBSON. Find out where Mark's going to be and go see him. Great stuff. We certainly appreciate it.
Wonderful.
Coming up, comedian Dave Williamson. Look forward to talking with Dave. He's been hanging out with some pretty
sketchy people.
Sketchy people.
Okay.
Oh, has he?
Bert Kreischer. For one.
All right.
We'll find out what's going on with Dave. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules. Or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian John Campanera.
Vin Scully is funny because he's one of these announcers that loves to read lips. Wait a minute, here comes Tracy out of the dugout. He's in the umpire's face. It appears he wants to take the ump to Fuddruckers after the game. You know what makes me laugh is Skip Carey, Harry's son. He does the Atlanta Brave games.
Sure.
I listen to this guy when I can't sleep. Chipper Jones takes one on the outside, 3-1 on Chipper Jones. Don't forget all week long, we got the best of the Duke right here on TBS. John Wayne right here on TBS. There's a long fly ball. Looks like that's out of here.
I love that.
And you know, Harry's going, I can't believe that's my son. You know, Harry would get excited over the dumbest stuff. Hey! Check out the kid in the sombrero.
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
They put the F in professional.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. 26 years ago, modern rock fans were in a tizzy when Metallica was named headliner for Lollapalooza. Well, Metallica returned to headline Lollapalooza in Chicago last night, along with Lil Baby, Jasmine Sullivan, and Billy Strings. Lollapalooza continues through Sunday. Amy Grant is in stable condition in a hospital after a bike accident Wednesday. She's expected to be released later this week. The nature of her injuries not disclosed. However, Grant was wearing a helmet, and she urges fans to do the same when they ride. And it looks like those of you who love Choco Taco may not be going down without a fight. Aficionados of the Klondike Ice Cream Bar have gone on social media to try to get the nostalgic treat back into freezers after parent company Unilever announced it was retiring it. So far, the online pleas haven't helped, but one of the co-founders of Reddit, who's a multimillionaire, is trying to use cold hard cash to melt the heart of Unilever. He says he'd buy Choco Taco from the firm and release it himself. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
If I would say something particularly stupid, writes Ed, my dad would say, boy, you could screw up a 2-car funeral. I don't know what that means.
Peter says, while golfing on a wet morning, my dad said, it's wetter than a cucumber in a woman's prison.
Oh, my God.
Wow. I get that one.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Frigamall Broadcasting presents another Bob and Tom Olympic moment in history.
The year was 1912. The place, Hocker on Rhine, Germany. After several complaints about unsanitary conditions from competitors in a sledding event, it was determined that some of the participants were unaware of the precise nature of a particular event. Once the officials removed all the phlegm balls from the course and explained that the name of the event was pronounced luge and not loogie, the competition continued without any further problems. Ironically, the eventual winner of the luge event was an Austrian named Karl Bürgermeister. He took the gold medal by a narrow margin over Norwegian athlete who was disqualified.
This has been another Bob and Tom Olympic moment in history.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
I babysat a cat a couple weeks ago. No, it went in the show.
Oh, he.
Then he started picking his out of his litter box and dropping him in the middle of the living room floor.
Oh, this is a protest.
It did seem like some sort of action. Cats are,
that's funny.
jerks, basically.
Can be.
Cats are jerks.
I got thrown out of J.C. Penney the other day.
Really?
Yeah, fondling up the mannequins. You believe that? And that ain't my fault. Have you seen the mannequins in there?
Uh-huh.
And they taunt you, too. They got the little short skirt on, the arm up, kind of waving you over. You know what I mean? Shoot. I tell you what, if you ask me, the little whore was asking for it.
Why do you have to get drunk to be an ass? Why do you have to get tight before you get loose? Why do you need a double before you get into trouble? Can't you get into trouble without an excuse? You want to get up and get out and get free and get crazy. But why do you have to start by getting stoned? 'Cause Pat, you don't have to get drunk to be an ass. You can be an ass on your own.
Hi, man. This is Donnie Biker.
5.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey, Chick.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
Ace Cosby here. Hey. Manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom with a guest.
Thank you very much. We say goodbye to Mark Dobson, our one-man band. And we say hello to Dave Williamson, comedian, looking very festive with your kind of Hawaiian-esque shirt today.
Yeah, I decided just to lean into the Hawaiian shirt thing after the pandemic because I loved Hawaiian shirts as a kid, and I think I got too cool with it, like as an adult.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, want to live my best life. And I'm not feeling too confident about following a one-man band. I just got off of a red eye. I was worried about not bringing the energy this morning, and I came in here, and you guys have that guy. Yeah. So I'm pumping down coffee right now, just trying to live up to expectations here.
Oh, we appreciate it. You're going to be at the Big Green, the Big Green Egg Festival?
Big Green Egg Barbecue Festival in Columbus, Ohio. That's tomorrow, and then I'll be in Indianapolis at Helium on Sunday before I fly up to do a week of shows in Canada, in Winnipeg. So
right on.
Busy week for me, man.
Boy, those big green egg festivals are so fun.
It's my first one. I've been to a lot of barbecue festivals the past year. I've really got obsessed with barbecue. Some people did sourdough over the pandemic. I did barbecue, and now it's like my identity. I have a barbecue podcast called Meet Dave. I get to go to all these festivals. When I tour on the road, I bring a travel smoker with me, and I cook in the parking lot at a lot of the comedy clubs and stuff, and outside the tour bus. So,
cool.
Yeah, barbecue's like my life now.
A travel smoker. This doesn't fit in a plane, does it?
You have to buy the seat.
No, but it does fit in the bottom of a tour bus pretty well, actually. Like the legs fold down and it runs off pellets. Like the one in my house looks like a big submarine. I couldn't bring that on the road because you got charcoal and wood and it'd probably be a fire hazard. But, they make these ones that just run off of pellets. So you plug it into an extension cord and off you go.
Our guest is Dave Williamson, notorious for hanging around with Bert Kreischer.
Yeah. Past couple years, I've been really lucky. I've gotten to tour with Bert a lot. I just did the Fully Loaded Comedy Festival with him last month. It was like 10 of the biggest comics on earth, and then me.
How's your liver?
Oh, man, it was rough. Let's put it that way.
Those are cool. Those were at like ballparks and stuff, right?
It was minor league ballparks, and then we did one raceway, and we did a couple arenas too. Yeah,
fun. So cool. Very fun.
And I was hosting the thing, which was really fun. Because on top of doing comedy, I was just trying to keep the crowd like having fun and keep the party vibe as an outdoor summer festival vibe. So in addition to doing comedy, I was like shotgunning beers and dancing with the DJ. And I was cooking barbecue for people. So I was cooking barbecue all day. I was giving away free barbecue to the fans for 2 hours. I was hosting a 4-hour show. I was breaking down my barbecue stuff. And then I was going to the after party and doing it all over again the next day. So I napped for like a week after that.
Wow. What is the best thing you do on a barbecue?
Oh, man, I would rather tell you which kid I love more. I literally, at one point, my phone ran out of storage, and I was erasing photos of my kids to take pictures of me. Like, I like ribs. I like doing pork ribs and beef ribs. I mean, the brisket is always a showstopper if you're having a party. You got to do that, the pageantry of pulling it out and slicing it, I like doing pork belly burnt ends because not everyone knows how to do them well. And if you do them well, it's like game over.
Okay.
I'm big on the pork belly. I agree. Oh, very tasty. Very good.
Fat?
That's right,
Chris. Exactly. That's why it's so good, Chris.
There's a lot of
you
flavor
nailed it.
in there. A lot of flavor.
What are you doing right now?
What the hell's wrong with you? It's barbecue.
Jeez, Chris.
It's literally a cube of fat. You are correct.
Isn't that just fat?
That's the other reason why I wear Hawaiian shirts now, guys. I've gotten fatter since last time you guys saw me.
Dave Williamson is our guest once again, part of the Big Green Egg Festival, Columbus, Ohio, tomorrow. Now, Christy, we have a couple of odd stories. This one I really wanted to get in today. It involves...
I know. You don't even have to tell me. Okay. I read your mind.
Involves a gravestone.
A family has honored their great-grandmother's dying wish to have a statue of a giant human phallus placed atop her grave.
How nice.
This was her wish.
Yep. The family of 99-year-old Katrina Ordunez Perez recently unveiled the 600-pound, 5.5-foot tall sculpture.
Wow. 5.5?
Taller than me. Of a male member mounted on her tomb at a cemetery in Mexico.
Is this just like the Washington Monument? Like it's very phallic?
No,
It is a sculpted.
It's so realistic.
It's a
I wouldn't put it on Twitter.
circumcised, sculpted pink.
Yes.
With gonads.
Everything.
There's a guy moving it with a forklift, and it's almost as tall as he is.
Is it vascular?
Yep.
It
looks exactly what it is.
Okay. Did they have fun with it? Put little bushes at the top, kind of by the base? Did they have a good time with it? Or
her grandson, Alvaro Mota Limon, said she wanted to break the paradigm of everything Mexican, where things are sometimes hidden because of not having an open mind. She was always very avant-garde, very forward-thinking about things. Mota Limon said his grandmother's last wish was born from, quote, her desire so that no one would forget her and that everything we loved about her would be remembered more easily.
Plus, she was dick crazy.
Bless her heart.
Yeah, isn't that?
She loved a big one.
Rest in penis.
I mean, yeah, it's just
crazy. She pled insanity. She's crazy.
It's just awful.
I'm surprised that the cemetery allowed that.
I bet many wouldn't.
Yeah.
Why? Because if you go visit your loved one and you're crying and you look in the background.
Would you want that?
Hey, Mom, sorry about the circumcised phallus 6 feet from your grave.
She's not going to know.
She's having fun.
She wanted it.
No, but the other
No,
people,
I mean
I'm
the other
saying
people in the grave are not going to know the cemetery.
the other people visiting the cemetery I think are going to be offended. There isn't a picture of it at the cemetery. There's a picture of the guy unloading it.
Okay.
I saw one where it was sitting on top of her tomb.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll find it.
Is it like centered on her tomb?
I'll find it for you.
That's really, really wild.
Does Grandpa have a big vagina on his? Is that why she did it?
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, maybe it was a get back.
His and hers.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Jack Lemmon's tombstone?
Yes.
It's wonderful.
It's very simple.
Has his name, Jack Lemmon, and then a couple spaces down, and the word, 2 letters, I-N. Jack Lemmon, N. Oh, yeah. And that's his tombstone.
There you go, Josh.
It's great.
Wow.
Yeah, I won't retweet that because I'm afraid.
Sure, yeah. No,
that.
and it does
Don't
have
pull that.
testicles.
Yeah, it
Willie.
does.
That's
Here.
good.
Yeah, they're
No.
stone. Yeah.
And you can see it on top of the.
Oh, there it is in
on
the
top of
graveyard,
tomb.
yeah.
The poor guy that's installing it, it looks like he's just caressing this thing. With that angle, it looks like he's just
That is a woman mourning.
That's
but,
a woman mourning, but
yeah.
yeah.
But you're not wrong in your description.
They should have made it a fountain.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been fun.
Yeah, there you
That'd be
go.
nice.
Yes.
I might get Madonna to come visit. That is one. Well, there you go. I don't think you could get away with that in the States.
Really something.
No.
But whatever she wanted, I guess. And if you go to that grave, I wonder if it'll become kind of like a Morrison's grave in Paris. People want to go see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they spent some money on this deal. Whew.
It'd be fun to put a huge condom on it, to get like an artist to make a real big condom and then to do it for some sort. I don't know what it's for, but I'd have a good time doing that. I don't think anybody else would, but okay.
Yeah. When it rains.
Maybe certain holidays, dress it up.
I could loan him
I
one.
can't say the next phrase.
Put a Santa hat on it.
I was going to Santa.
Sure. Christmas.
It's kind of like Santa Claus. But, okay, I'm sorry. Christy, what else have you got over there?
Well, coming up, we're going to have a very interesting story in science about the super collider that I think you're going to find very interesting, Josh.
Makes me nervous, messing around with things.
I think the word demons might be in it.
Oh,
Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to find out what's going on with Dave Williamson. Last time you were here, I think you were traveling with your family in an RV.
I was. Yeah, that was like 10 years ago, the first time I was here. And it was the best time of my life.
Okay, we'll find out how the family is and what's going on, and more about barbecue, and maybe more about Bert Kreischer when we come back. Right now, I want to remind you, Napa Auto Parts, on a mission to keep your car or your truck in motion. For almost a century, Napa has been known for having the quality parts and expert knowledge that drivers need. Coming up on this show, it's going to be our special Napa tribute, finding out what the most important news story was of the week. But right now, we'll continue to remind you that Napa helps drivers just like you hit the road with confidence. They have America's largest network of parts and auto care and truck care. There are 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care Centers, meaning you're never far from the quality products and trusted service that your ride needs and you need. Visit NapaOnline.com. Find the Napa location near you today. Coming up, the Napa Auto Parts Big Deal of the Week, and we'll talk with comedian Dave Williamson. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Usually on a quiz show, there's only one right answer to a question, but the producers of Jeopardy have decided there are two correct answers to a question people have been asking since Alex Trebek died in 2020. Who should take over as host of the show? Well, the dual answer now, Mayim Bialik and Ken Jennings. Producers say they'll continue to serve as permanent rotating hosts. An announcement made by Jeopardy executive producer Michael Davies says Bialik and Jennings give the show two outstanding hosts with their own fan bases who can attract new fans and hold on to traditional viewers of the game show. The rotation between the two will begin with the new season in September. They both have signed contracts agreeing to the deal, and we have two new hosts of Jeopardy. Congratulations to them both. In other news, the Federal Reserve on Wednesday raised its benchmark interest rate by a hefty 0.75 of a point for a second straight time in its most aggressive drive in more than 3 decades to try to tame high inflation. The Fed's move will raise its key rate, which affects many consumer and business loans, to a range of 2.25% to 2.5%, its highest level since 2018. Chairman Jerome Powell gave mixed signals about the Fed's next moves. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
With us in the studio, comedian John Garrett. You have a straight job? I mean, like a normal day-to-day thing?
Yeah, I actually do. I'm actually a CPA, believe it or not.
Oh,
yeah, and
that spells party.
Yeah, it does. Most people think CPAs are hysterical. Yeah. No, of course not. We're dorks, big dorks. But and honestly, on behalf of all accountants out there, I'd like to say that we don't all do taxes. Some of us prefer to embezzle. It's much more lucrative. I read recently Willie Nelson wrote a song called Whatever Happened to Peace on Earth as his little protest to the war in Iraq. And my immediate thought was, why does he care? It's not like it's his tax dollar being put to use. I mean, I think the U.S. government should write a song called Whatever Happened to Willie's 1040. Yeah, there's a tax joke for the accountants.
Hey, hi, this is Tom. Coming up next week in the Bob and Tom Show.
The usual cast of idiots, including comedians Reno Collier, Allie Breen with Sexy Time, Al Jackson, Jeff Oskey, and Greg Warren.
If you have a coffee shop, it has to be the pun. Daily grind, living La Vida Mocha.
I love that.
That's next week on the Bob and Tom Show.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Tonight on Bob and Tom Television's Animal Channel, it's Miracle Pests, the show that examines the unexplained actions and surprising heroics of the smallest and most maligned of animals, pests. We'll take you to Kokomo, Indiana, and we'll meet Roger Mondor and find out how termites ate through his floor, causing him to fall into his basement just before a tornado devastated his home. Next, we'll take you to DeLand, Florida, to tell you the story of Maggie Kuder and the mouse who ran up her leg and frightened her so badly she ran out of her house just before it mysteriously exploded. Then we'll go to Segmack, Arkansas, and meet the Cheeseman family. We'll hear their true story. A swarm of Canadian wasps attacked and repelled an armed intruder as the Cheeseman family napped in their home following a baked bean dinner. Finally, we'll meet Harriet Billingsley, who, upon discovering a swarm of pubic lice, rushed to the drugstore to get a bottle of Quell shampoo and, on impulse, purchased what turned out to be $1 million winning lottery ticket. Join host Dick Verman tonight for Miracle Pests. Miracle Pests, only on Bob and Tom Television.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Ryan, how many lifestyle changes have you gone through?
This year, I've gone through maybe 2 lifestyle changes in the last 5 years.
Well, the first one was?
The first one was starting to eat meat again.
A second one?
Now going away from everything I've ever loved.
And, everything.
Like it's no meat, it's no dairy, it's no alcohol, no caffeine.
You can't pet
a lot
puppies.
of fruits and vegetables, whole food. You're supposed to drink like non-fluoridated water that has minerals added
this
into it.
really sounds
so
dull.
it's no tap water.
It doesn't sound like you're going to make it.
No,
it really doesn't.
Right? It's like you have to find joy in the little things.
But don't you find yourself like, say, you're on a date and your date is?
I make a date exception.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So
I sure
there
do.
are exceptions
I've had
to
17
all rules.
dates in the last weekend.
My most recent marriage was a disaster. It made the wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgerald look like a fender bender.
Wow. Hello.
And you remember Lord's famous line about gun control.
Yes. The relationship taught me a lot. It taught me they won't sell you a handgun if you're crying.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. We're going to have to start thinking about what our favorite story of the week was. Because we have the Napa Big Deal of the Week coming up. And we have a man who appreciates good food in the studio with us. He is Dave Williamson, comedian and barbecue
A pit master.
A pit master, is that the word? Speaking of food, one of the stories we're going to be examining as the possible biggest story of the week, the Choco Taco has been discontinued.
Oh, boy, people are fighting that. That was on the news this morning.
We also have a Joey Chestnut was in the news for eating 44 Raising Cane's chicken fingers for 5 minutes, was it? Some kind of a world record. We'll get to the big
Glad he was able to do that.
Pardon me?
I'm glad he was able to do that.
Raising Cain.
He was trying to be funny.
Cain and Abel.
Remember your Bible there, buddy?
Okay.
Tom, I'm going to need you to pick things up.
Sorry, I'm over here. I'm reading ahead while you're talking.
Making a Bible joke in front of my dad is a hilarious thing to do.
Ace didn't care for it, so my weekend's ruined.
I thought it was cute.
I don't know. I enjoyed my Bible. I made a Bible joke last week.
He sure did.
There's a book by Dr. Jen
Gunter.
It is called The Vagina Bible.
That's right. It was Gunter.
For the sake of...
I think it's a strong gunt.
All right, gentlemen.
Well, you might want to air that out.
Yes.
But I suggested that her book, this is really a legitimate book for ladies. It's the Vagina Bible, and I said I preferred the second chapter, Cooteronomy. There you go, a little bit of comedy there.
There
you go.
Dish it out. I have a little bit non-receptive audience. Now, Dave Williamson is also going to be hitting the barbecue circuit this weekend with the Big Green Egg Festival in Columbus, Ohio.
Terrific.
Yep. Doing some comedy, maybe joining one of the teams for a little barbecue stuff. Now, when you were first here, you were passing through with your family in an RV. How many kids do you have?
I got 2 boys, and they were young at the time. And when I was moving from Florida to L.A., we got a 25-foot travel trailer and basically toured across the country. It was supposed to be 3 or 4 months, right? I booked up every weekend somewhere. And then when we got to L.A., after I saw you guys and met you guys for the first time during that trip, my wife said, I'm having fun. We're just getting good at this. We should keep doing it. So I sold it to Nickelodeon as a web series, and then we went back across the country a few times. We ended up living in that tin can for a year and a half.
Wow.
It was one of the best times of my life. It was so fun, but it's so funny. It reminds me, I have so many memories coming back to me when I travel in a tour bus with these grown men now, but it's different.
Sure.
It's the same because we're like, cooking food outside the bus, where it's a camaraderie. We're doing sightseeing as we go, but also I'm wrestling with 44-year-old men when we get drunk at 2 a.m., after a show. And I wasn't doing that with my kids when they were 5 and 3 years old.
Well, kids are no fun to drink with.
They're real lightweights,
get
man.
Sick. It's
real drag.
Grow up, right?
Yeah, they can't compete with Bert Kreischer. How is Bert? We talked to him a couple times during the pandemic. He had a bunch of different oddball shows, drive-in theaters, and more.
Yeah, he's the best, man. He keeps coming up with stuff like that. We were saying the Fully Loaded tour, and we did the drive-in movie theater tour during the pandemic, and he's always got something going, man. Yeah, he's doing awesome.
Well, it's good to hear. We need to pick our big deal of the week news story. We'll have Dave Williamson help us with this. Some of the stories I have mentioned, the Choco Taco being discontinued.
Huge.
Yesterday we had monkeys that are attacking people and stealing babies.
That's awful.
Yeah, that's not.
In Japan, right?
Right.
And they're arming the police with stun guns to go shoot the monkeys.
Shoot the monkey.
We had, as part of Shark Week, they, as for publicity, they showed this great white shark. They're calling it a poonado.
But you've renamed it.
Poopnado, to be more clear.
Yeah.
And it's a shark defecating on a couple of divers.
Oh, is it prankster?
But, wow, it could have been a lot worse. They could have been attacked.
Do you think the shark said, in your face?
I hope so. Take that.
We have also, remember the giraffe headbutting the woman? She's.
They were getting, there was a proposal.
She's being proposed to.
Yeah.
And they're at some wildlife park, and the next thing, this giraffe comes over, knocks her in the head. She ends up with a neck brace.
Chick, what do we know about giraffes?
Their necks is too long.
He's not wrong.
Good God.
We had a couple of cool world records this week. I think by far the most interesting one was the 2 Italian guys changing a tire while the car was moving.
Yeah,
I love this joke.
That was.
Now, so the car gets going. They have this ramp that sends the car up on 2 side wheels. Then the guy climbs out the window, changes the tire on the wheels that are in the air, and gets back in, and they drop it down. Did it in a couple of minutes.
I think they just did one tire.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, they didn't do both. You made it sound like you did both the tires.
No, it's just one tire.
One is enough.
One is impressive. I don't know. My Instagram algorithms didn't show that to me because that sounds like something I would click on for sure.
Those Italian tires do need changing a lot.
Do they?
Wait a minute.
That's enough.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Don't ask him.
Yeah, I know where that one's going.
Move it along.
Okay. Let's see. We had a pink glow all over a town in Australia. It turned out to be the local marijuana factory.
Yeah.
Was having some issues.
Some grow lights.
It wasn't the people smoking it. It was they ordinarily shut the shades, but they couldn't for some reason.
It's got to be the Choco Taco going away, right?
You think so?
Yeah, that's big.
It was in the news again this morning.
Sad news.
We had a cool sports story. Darius Leonard of the Indianapolis Colts really wants to be called by his real first name, which is Shaquille.
Yeah, Shaquille Leonard. It's his middle name, actually, but his whole family calls him that.
Yeah, they've all called him Shaquille his whole life. Okay, so he's asked the reporters to please refer to him as Shaquille.
That'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, well,
Shaquille Leonard. Okay.
Yeah, it's like trying to remember the name of the former Cleveland Indians or the former Washington Redskins. It's going to be tough. You know, in the heat of battle, the play-by-play guys are going to screw it up on. I don't blame them. So we're going to go with the Choco Taco. That's our big story of the week, the big deal of the week from
That's
Napa.
right.
Okay.
And with nearly 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care centers. That's the big deal of the week. Napa is the fuel that helps drivers like you get up and go. That's Napa.
Thank you very much. The Napa big deal of the week. The Choco Taco discontinued. They're going to have them for a while, apparently.
Well, until the current.
Until they run out?
Yeah, the current stock runs out. But you know people are going to be hoarding now.
And it didn't some...
Fatty fat.
One of the co-founders of Reddit is trying to buy... he's trying to pay Unilever to get the formula for Choco
I bet
Taco.
he's fat. Yeah.
Why is it going away? It's got to be profitable. It's like the most popular thing in the world.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like when Taco Bell got rid of the Mexican pizza. It's your most popular thing. Why did they get rid of it?
They brought it back, didn't they? Maybe Unilever has something special in mind. We don't know.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Teasing us.
Okay. Now, we have to go back to the news desk.
Speaking of food, a Florida pizzeria owner has been selling his pizza from a boat. The Tampa Bay Times reports Sean Ferrero launched Pizza Skiff to deliver pizzas from his Dunedin pizza shop, Madison Avenue Pizza, to people on their boats.
That's cool.
Now, the pizzas can't be ordered in advance. Instead, customers who happen to be at the right place at the right time on the water hear the siren song. So he's kind of like the ice cream man. He's got pizza on the water.
Okay.
And he has a megaphone asking whether anyone wants a pizza. And then they wade through the water to purchase a pizza. Ferrero usually goes to the Sandbar at 3 Rooker Island, along with other Dunedin area islands and sandbars. The 39-year-old said he sells 40 to 50 of his 14-inch pies for $20 each.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Fresh anchovies. You got that going.
Right on.
Yeah.
You should get one of those conch shells that you blow on, to let people know.
That would be cool.
Pizza time.
What does he call? I'm sorry. What does he call it?
The pizza skiff.
Oh, okay.
Why would you think?
Chuck E. Seas, S-E-A-S.
Good.
Yeah, Chuck E. Seas.
Papa Swans. That's more of a bird thing than a fish thing.
Oh, instead of Papa John.
Yeah. Dom Minnows.
Yeah.
Pizza Tiki Hut. Dom Minnows.
Dom Minnows?
Dom Minnows.
That's really good, I think.
Dom Minnows.
Yeah.
Little Caesars.
Oh. Okay. These are all good.
Portside pies?
Yeah. What do you, this guy?
That's like a real name. That's actually a good suggestion.
Port, it's a nautical thing, Port.
Oh, you can do your thing. The life of pizza pie.
Yeah, the life of pie.
There you go.
P-I-E.
By the way, you guys have not lived. My dad used a lot of nautical terms, port, bow, that kind of stuff. My little sister's about to fall off the boat, and he goes, "Hart, get off the bow." You don't say bow, then you say get off the front of the boat.
Yeah. Titanic.
Also good.
Oh, Titanic. I like this. These are all good. This guy could make a lot more money.
Doing?
Selling weed. Take that skiff out there and your conch shell thing.
You can do double duty.
We got the weed.
From what I understand, most people who deliver pizza also sell weed.
Yeah.
So there's a chance he is.
Part of the biz.
Not this gentleman. I'm sure he's fine.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, we don't
It is
want to
Florida
sue
after
us.
all. That story came from Florida.
By the way, have you seen the video?
No.
He doesn't hand them the box. He takes it like a giant stone and frisbees it and skips it across the.
Wow, that's delicious.
Salty. Okay, very good, very good. What else you got, Christy?
In April, scientists at the European Organization for Nuclear Research restarted their particle accelerator, the world's largest and most powerful accelerator, after a 3-year hiatus.
Yeah.
The famed Large Hadron Collider had undergone repairs and upgrades, and scientists plan to use it to crash protons together and learn more about the origins of the universe.
Isn't this thing like a gigantic round tunnel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, underground.
And
Exactly
and
what
it's
it is.
huge,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Massive.
Nevertheless, social media users are suggesting that the machine has a different purpose, Josh.
Yes.
A Facebook post shared July 5th shows a TikTok video of a woman who claims the scientists are actually using the machine to open a portal for demons to invade the Earth.
Oh, boy.
I mean, yeah. Yes.
I mean, yeah.
It's possible. They don't know what they're messing with. They could rip a tear in the
what?
fabric of space and time.
Really
And
good
my
thing.
gosh, here
They
come.
could bring dinosaurs back.
Yeah.
So she's saying it's a portal to hell.
I don't trust any of it.
You don't.
I think
Why do you think it's underground?
Facebook is a portal to hell, Josh.
Well, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
I
boy.
bailed from that a while ago.
Have you seen pictures of this thing? It looks kind of like a subway.
Sure.
Like
yeah.
you're in the subway and it's
Yeah.
got all these pipes and stuff on the sidewalls. And
I thought you meant where you get sandwiches.
oh no, sorry.
I was like, they stole
train.
their
Boy, they're
brand
putting
name?
them everywhere, aren't they?
And they've got onions, they've got
Really?
spinach, they've got lettuce, all kinds of shit.
Sneeze guard.
This thing cost. This says it was $4.75 billion to build this.
Yeah. It's not cheap to make a portal to hell.
Okay. So you believe that? Okay. Well, I'll
I have no doubts.
read more about this.
Could be
Thank
a
you.
portal to anything. We don't know.
How does it work?
Spins around real fast.
Yeah, that's it.
But they shoot stuff that zips around.
Yeah, and it
No
does
idea.
zip
This is
around.
Yeah, it does.
So far out
You
of
got to
my
answer
knowledge.
3 riddles.
Spins around real fast.
I have no idea how this thing works. Okay, what else you got, Christy?
Albuquerque, New Mexico making news. They are set to unveil bronze statues of Breaking Bad characters Walter White and Jesse Pinkman. The bronze statues of the two characters were sculpted by artist Trevor Grove and cast by American Fine Arts Foundry. They were donated to the city of Albuquerque by the show's creator, Vince Gilligan. The popular show has been a driver of tourism to Albuquerque with several companies offering Breaking Bad-themed tours and events in the city. According to CNN, the statues will be unveiled today at the Albuquerque Convention Center. Gilligan, Bryan Cranston, and Aaron Paul will attend the unveiling ceremony in addition to Albuquerque Mayor Tim Keller. Cranston and Paul joked, quote, "We also appreciate that the statues will be indoors and therefore protected from pigeons depositing their critiques on our heads."
No, we don't want pigeons crapping on the statues of meth dealers.
Are you the one that went to see the house?
Yeah, I have seen it.
pizza on
Yeah.
the roof?
Yeah, and I was going to get a picture from it, but the couple that live there are always sitting on the driveway, and they weren't going to budge. And I thought, that's weird. Looks more like I'm just taking a picture in front of these people. That's strange.
And you said they're grumpy too, right?
Oh yeah, they don't care for
Did they buy
the
it after
position
the,
they're
did they
in.
buy it after the fact?
I don't know, but they clearly hate it.
Yeah, well, strangers pulling up constantly to take pictures of it. Okay. And there, I know, as you said, they have tours of Albuquerque.
Well, they'd have to go buy that.
It's the only thing to see in Albuquerque. It is the tour.
Now, you lived there, didn't you?
I did live there.
I've always liked that city.
I like Albuquerque.
I like driving into it. It's just a big bowl. And
Yep. It's easy to right and left. There's, I-40 and I-70 and that's...
Now, there's another interesting, of all things, another legit weirdo Albuquerque story today.
Drivers were left puzzled by a typo on a sign on Route 66, Interstate 40 in New Mexico. A newly upgraded State Department of Transportation sign erected last week that pointed drivers toward Albuquerque misspelled the city's name, losing the R It would be Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, how Bugs Bunny says it.
Yeah. Department spokesperson Kimberly Gallegos said people called and emailed the department right away to point out the mistake.
You guys messed up.
Yeah.
Just calling the police.
Yeah, I-40 and I-66 are parallel. She has since had someone go out there and they have corrected the sign this week. So,
But here's the weird thing. I was reading this story. Did you know that Albuquerque used to have another R in it?
Yeah, it used to be, I think originally it was Albuquerque or something like that.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It was
It's named after a guy,
named after the Duke of Albuquerque, Alburqu, etc. And they named it in his honor. The first R was dropped later, making it Albuquerque, but it is in fact misspelled even when they put it up the way they perceive it as being correctly spelled. A little Albuquerque trivia for you. I'm reading more about this super collider.
Yes.
Yeah.
This thing is so amazing.
What'd it do?
This is one of those things that if someone would try to explain it to you, you still wouldn't understand how it works.
They spent billions of dollars making this thing just for these experiments.
How can I understand how this works? I don't even know how a refrigerator works. How could I figure this out?
It cools food.
I know what it does.
Keeps things.
Now, the Super Collider is also the name of Pat's car. Super Collider.
See a deer?
Primarily hit a deer. Okay. Very good. Very good.
Very, very good.
We're hanging out with comedian Dave Williamson, family man. How old are your boys now?
15 and about to be 13. And they're both giants all of a sudden. It's crazy. They just grow up one day. That's how aging works, people.
Yeah.
Are they too cool for you now?
You know, they're starting to get that way. My older son told me that when I got home off the road, he needed to speak to me about my Instagram. And I was like, oh boy, I've been waiting for this day. And I got home, and what he wanted me to do was not brag about him so much on Instagram. And I'm like, okay, so you're okay with me chugging beers and partying with my buddies, and that stuff doesn't embarrass you, but being a good dad and being proud, I'll go ahead and pull that back a little bit. You got it.
That's funny.
Are they athletes?
My older son plays water polo and soccer, and I actually am an assistant coach.
Cool.
The high school he plays at for water polo, so it's fun to finally. I've been coaching kids for 20 years. It's cool to coach my own kid now. And my younger son does not like anything that involves a coach telling him what to do or relying on teammates. So he likes surfing and bike riding and rock climbing and stuff like that.
All right. We're talking with Dave Williamson. By the way, Dave is going to be at the Big Green Egg Festival, Columbus, Ohio, coming up tomorrow. You can see him on tour. He's also known for hanging out with Bert Kreischer, and he's a barbecue ace. And you have a barbecue podcast.
I do, called Meet Dave. Speaking of the Joey Chestnut eating challenge, when we were on the road a few months ago, the guys actually talked me into doing the 72-ounce steak challenge in Amarillo, Texas.
Oh, sure. That place is famous. Yeah.
Oh, it did not end well. They all said that we were going to do it as a team, right? And we were all going to sign up, and we were just going to see how we could do. And then I get there, and they'd only signed me up.
Oh.
And I was like, I thought you guys were going to do this together. And they were like,
that's how a trick works.
Yeah, they got me. They got me good.
Yeah.
They buttered me up, too. They were like, well, we were going to champion you. You're our best bet of doing it. And I was like, all right, cool, let's go. Didn't make it. I threw up and pooped myself with 1 minute left.
Oh, you were so close.
So close. Which is against the rules, just to clarify.
Yeah, you can't do either of those.
How long do you have to keep it in for it to be...
You have to eat 4.5 pounds of meat, a salad, 2 rolls, 2 baked potatoes, and 3 coconut shrimp in an hour, and you can't leave your chair, and nobody can help you. They give you a terrible, dull steak knife, so it's hard to cut the left.
Oh, well, that's not fair.
The steak is not a good steak.
Yeah, that's quantity over quality.
I started thinking about it. I was like, I could eat 4.5 pounds of meat, but I was thinking of the good meat that we get. The meat they give you is very different. So I was cruising for the first 20 minutes. I was like, I'm going to do this. And then about 30 minutes in, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this.
Wow.
Yikes.
Don't they kind of put you in front of everybody, too?
Yeah, I was on a stage in front of 300 tourists, and I knew that something had happened in my pants, but I wasn't sure how bad it was. I was like, how am I going to get across?
Were you wearing shorts?
I was wearing shorts, yeah.
Did you have to, kind of pinch them at the...
It was kind of I was waiting for everyone to, be distracted, and I was going to make a beeline, but then every time I was about to, Bert would be like, hey, everyone, give it up for Dave one more time. He really tried hard. And everyone would I was like, stop giving me kudos.
Yeah.
Wow. Right now, I want to remind you, Perhaps you want to spend a nice weekend just reading a book at home.
Yeah, there you go. How about...
Good segue.
Oh, no, you're going outside and checking the barbecue.
Yeah.
But I need peace of mind, chick. You're telling me? Well, that's where Simply Safe, the do-it-yourself home security system, comes in. They offer comprehensive protection, not only against intruders and burglary, but against, and coworkers, but also against expensive home hazards like fires or flooding. With 24/7 professional monitoring, Simply Safe's agents take action the moment a threat is detected, sending police or first responders in an emergency, even if you're not home. Simply Safe uses proprietary video verification technology. Monitoring agents visually confirm the threat in order to get higher priority 911 dispatch. And plans are affordably priced at $1 a day, no long-term contract or hidden fees. Feeling safe at home should not break the bank. You can customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplysafetom.com. Go today, claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafetom.com.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. Once again, Dave Williamson will be part of the Big Green Egg Festival, Columbus, Ohio, coming up tomorrow. Got some more dates for him when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jeff Rothpan here in the studio with us.
When I was a kid, all these other kids got to go to the Barnum and Bailey Circus, and I remember begging my dad, please, I want to go. All the other kids are going. He said, no, we just can't afford it. The tickets are expensive. He ended up taking us to this Bob Circus. It was actually called, no, this is true.
Bob Circus.
Yeah, and it was in a mall parking lot. And what a difference. I remember the guy yelling, and now huge midgets. What the hell is that? Oh, yeah, there was just one after another. The bearded man. I think they actually had the talking mute. Hi! Dan, what the hell is this?
How does he do it?
He's amazing. He's a mute, yet he speaks.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. At over $1 billion, the Mega Millions jackpot is one of the largest lottery prizes ever. That makes it the latest focus of lotteries that have been held in the U.S. and around the world for centuries. Only two prizes have been larger than the massive jackpot that could be won tonight. Lotteries elsewhere in the world offer smaller payouts, though in other ways they're more integrated into life in other countries. Lotteries in the U.S. initially mirrored similar games in Europe. In 1776, one was created to actually help the Revolutionary War, and they do remain popular in Europe. Top U.S. health officials say our country's monkeypox outbreak can still be stopped despite rising case numbers and limited vaccine supplies. The Biden administration's top health official pushed back Thursday against criticism about the pace of the response. The government announced plans to begin shipping another 780,000 shots this week. Health authorities in San Francisco, New York, and other large cities say they still don't have enough vaccines to meet demand. And the New Mexico Department of Transportation is getting an F in spelling over the letter R. That's right. The R was missing on a road sign pointing drivers toward Albuquerque. And lest you think people might not have noticed, think again. Motorists along Route 66 and I-40 did double takes when they caught the typo. The mistake also launched a flurry of phone calls and emails to state officials. By the way, that error has since been fixed. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hey, hi, it's Tom. Coming up Monday morning in the Bob and Tom Show. We'll hang out with comedians Reno Collier and Greg Warren.
Those same goats were wandering around behind a Walgreens. They found some Sudafed and some battery acid.
Is that right?
They danced, and then one of them robbed a liquor store.
Wow. That's Monday morning on the Bob and Tom Show.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
If Bobcat called you, wouldn't you keep it and play it for all your friends? Hi, this is Bob Goldthwait, too.
Yeah?
We've got an X-rated movie coming up where I think you're perfect for. Give me a call.
I had a phone call from Bono that I accidentally erased.
Oh, no! Bono?
Yeah, and I was like, Dad!
Oh, why'd I do that?
Have you ever heard Bobcat's Bono?
I haven't. I can't do it, but yeah.
I bet you can enough to make us go, oh, my God.
No, but so he called.
He heard you doing your Bono, and he called you?
Yeah, he was very nice. And then I saw him. I was at Dodger Stadium. Or no, I can't remember what stadium it was. It was very... And he and I met him, and I'm in the, like the stadium doorway. Mm-hmm. And he said some very sweet things and very kind, and we talked back and forth. And it was just him and I and one other person. And he starts walking out to do his concert, and he turns around and he takes off those, the fly sunglasses. Mm-hmm. And he goes, "Hey, Bobcat," and he throws them to me. And I catch him, and I go, "Thanks, Mean Joe."
I knew that was coming.
And he goes, "What?" Yeah. I'm going, "Oh man, that's one of my best riffs ever." Falling on his deaf Gaelic ears. Yeah.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Joining us in the studio, comedian Mark Eubanks. Did you go to college down in...
I went to college in University of West Virginia, Morgantown, West Virginia.
Oh, really?
I was a mountaineer.
Well, why would someone from Florida go to college in West Virginia?
Because you didn't have to be real smart to get into school there. Basically, showing up got you that piece of paper.
Valedictorian was a 2.0.
On the breathalyzer.
I'll tell you what I sound like when I make love to a woman.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty bad at it. I call it making like. When I make like to a woman, I sound like a very scared man who's crossing a very thin sheet of ice. And all he's trying to do is get to the side alive. Sounds something like this. Oh my God. I'm so scared. I can do this. Oh, thank God that's over with. Oh my God. I have to lay down. That's hot. Yeah, that's hot.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work.
And Q95. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
Ace Cosby's here. Howdy. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee. Here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. Our guest is comedian Dave Williamson. Dave, a distinguished stand-up comedian, father of two boys. What'd you say, 13 and 15, something like that?
15 and about to be 13.
Yeah. No one has ever said this statement. 13 is a great age.
You have one of those, don't you?
15. Yeah.
15
Anyone who teaches middle school should get double pay. Just the hate starts kicking into the kid. Are you done having kids? I mean, you've got two, and you're...
Oh, I'm done. I'm legitimately done. I got a vasectomy.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Right before the pandemic, I got it so that my wife wouldn't have to do the IUD or whatever that is. And then the pandemic hit, so it took her forever to do that. I was like, I could have bought myself a few more years there. But it's very cliche when you get a vasectomy. They tell you to get the 2 bags of peas and you switch one, the other, and whatever, And then we had a birthday party a few weeks later, and one of the bags was still in the freezer. And one of the kids took a baseball to the face. And my wife went and grabbed just the first thing she could find out of the freezer and threw it on the kid's head. And I was like, we can never talk about this ever.
Wow.
Yeah. My son looked over at me like, Dad, that's your ball bag. I'm like, you need to shut up right now.
You got hit by a ball,
we might get in trouble for this big time. And your friend definitely will never be invited over the house again.
Oh, lucky it wasn't the hot dog for the hemorrhoids. That's don't eat that one.
Oh, hey, that's another story, isn't it? Time now for today, July 29th, today in history. Tom, what do you have?
Okay, 1954, The Fellowship of the Ring, the first volume in J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings trilogy is published. You ever read that, Josh?
I didn't. I tried, and I went,
I thought for sure it was earlier than that.
1954, yeah.
Pretty boring.
1958, NASA created, and they've done some pretty great things.
Yeah.
Now they've got that James Webb telescope up there.
They sure have faked a lot of missions, haven't they?
Oh, boy.
A lot of
Green
secrets,
screen technology.
Secrets being kept over there. Yep.
Okay. They say that it inspired David Bowie to write the song Starman.
Well, at least we'll have that. Man, is that a bad song. Give me Hero.
Hey, Suffragette City, come on.
Why not Heroes? Come on.
Yeah, that's
Starman.
All great. All good.
Heroes. Suffragette City. I'm with you, Chris.
Oh,
That's
that's a
great.
good one.
He says wham bam.
Pat,
Bam, bam, thank you,
1965, Beatles things. What happened?
A lot, but I mean, Rubber Soul was released.
On this date, Pat, specifically.
Why would he know?
How would he know this?
He always knows this stuff.
John Lennon took a shower.
I wouldn't bet on that.
Yeah.
65, the Beatles movie Help premieres. Maybe you'll know this one. Who was in attendance at the premiere of the movie Help?
Peter
Phil
Sellers.
Collins.
Probably, but Queen
Queen.
Elizabeth was there.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. This is sad. 81, Prince Charles marries Lady Di.
Why is that sad? They seemed happy at first.
At first. It's a pretty wedding.
I watched that TV show.
I watched that.
They didn't like each other.
Didn't care.
He just did not.
Oh, now we got something good here. 87, Ben and Jerry's Ice Cream created Jerry Garcia's tribute ice cream, Cherry Garcia.
Still with us today.
Boy.
Yeah.
Changed the letter.
Setting the science of puns back 25 years.
I had a buddy. He didn't know that was named after Jerry Garcia. He just thought it was he thought there was Blueberry Garcia and Banana Garcia and Lemon Garcia. He had no clue.
Huh.
Who wants cherry flavored ice cream?
I don't.
Not me.
Hey, you like ice cream and Robitussin? Yeah, sure. Sounds disgusting.
Happy birthday to the great Geddy Lee from Rush.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
No one sings like Geddy.
Happy birthday to my daughter, Sophie. She's
Oh.
out of her teens now.
Aw.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
She's
Don't
in
say
the gap
Josh.
year.
Hold your tongue, Josh.
What's she going to say there?
Oh, I know what Josh is going to say.
She's in that gap year where she can't drink, though, so she's like,
We can buy her beer.
Well, that's not the age she uses on her OnlyFans.
No, it sure isn't. No. She makes a lot of money, I think.
Yeah.
21.
Okay.
Hand over fist.
Her fist.
Time now for Things We Learned, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts.
Sorry,
6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores, 17,000 Napa Auto Care Centers. Napa is the fuel that helps drivers like you get up and go. We do have a couple things. For instance, Pat and Christy both hate cottage cheese.
yes. Hate it.
And Josh hates the song "Fooled Around and Fell in Love."
Yeah, I don't care for it. I wish I liked it.
That one part that fool around.
All garbage to me, but
All garbage.
I appreciate that others enjoy it.
It's a nice vocal.
We also want to say a special thanks to our guest, Mark Dobson, the one-man band, MARC. Look him up. He's going to be all over the place at fairs, and he's at the Claremont County Fair in Greater Cincinnati today and tomorrow.
Not to be missed.
Then he's heading to the McLean County Fair. He's going to be all over the place. What a great one-man band he is.
Yes, he is.
We had
He
so
sure
much
is.
fun with him.
Yep.
And not only is it Christy's daughter's youngest, she's 20 today.
Yes.
But your oldest daughter wants to be bitten by a shark. Is
Yeah,
that right?
just a little bit.
Just a little bite, she said.
Well,
He says just a little bit.
That's how it starts.
All right.
And then, just as this is happening, spank me or slap me in the face.
Yeah, pull my hair a tad.
That's how it starts.
Come on.
We
Why
had
does
a story-
everything go dirty with you guys?
well, we had a story about
Your
some-
daughters are sluts.
Josh, you
So we can't help it go dirty.
No, come on. They're nice gals.
God.
Are you through? Let's see.
Man, I hope they're not listening.
The Hershey people. The Hershey people are not going to be releasing, I guess, Halloween specialized candy. Just going to be the standard good old Hershey bars.
Okay.
Apparently, they've got something going on there on the Hershey Highway.
Had to get it in, didn't you?
It's hard.
Well, yeah.
Couldn't help it, could you?
And there's a pizza boat somewhere in Florida.
Some of us will be here Monday.
Okay, good. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next.